some tough games on the road. They've been on the road more than any other team in the league, but they still have some dynamic players that can play real well. They get some offense from their blue lines. Their special teams, while their numbers on their power play may not show, an elite power play over the last little bit, they've been running at 30% and been very dangerous. So for us to have success, we're going to have to stay out of the box, or our penalty kill has to be elite.
All right, all the best in tonight's game against Utah.
Thank you, Ken.
Round the League coming up next.
Around the League with Jeff Rieger.
Welcome back to the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios. Let's go Around the League, presented by Michelob Ultra, a superior taste worth playing for, official beer sponsor of the Detroit Red Wings. I think it's safe to say that the Wild are really happy with their new defenseman, Quinn Hughes, who they got from Vancouver in a trade. And since that deal, Minnesota has not lost. In fact, they won again yesterday after blanking the Capitals 5-0, and Hughes was huge. An assist, and he logged over 29 minutes of ice time. And as happy as Minnesota is, Vancouver, they might be happy too, as they too haven't lost since the trade, and they're seeing some pieces of that deal make an instant impact. Canucks in the Big Apple yesterday taking on the Rangers up 1-0. The newcomer Liam Ogren, one of the players that Vancouver got in the Hughes deal, made himself right at home. Second period.
Out the near side, turns and dumps the puck back the other way. Carlson there to chop it past Gavrikov, and here's Ogren. Sassone racing to join him. Liam Ogren in with a wrist shot. Scores! Trickled through the legs of Jonathan Quick, in off the post. And Liam Ogren has his first as a Canuck to make it 2-0.
Canucks win at 3-0, and they're 2-0 since trading away their once superstar defenseman. This has been Around the League on the Detroit Red Wings Radio Network.
After beating colon cancer, I'm turning setbacks into comebacks. I am Henry.
I'm pain-free and at full strength after spine surgery. I am Henry.
A life-saving delivery ensured my shift could continue. I am Henry.
When you need care to get you back on your game, trust the only care team chosen as the official team physicians for the Detroit Red Wings. Henry Ford Health.
We are Henry.
Shop Meijer and bring more special savings to your family's holiday season. Savory Meijer Spiral Sliced Half Ham is now 89 cents a pound. Limit 1 per customer. Russet potatoes are just $1.49 for a 5-pound bag. And Land O'Lakes butter is $3.49. Complete your holiday meal with Meijer brand hot deals on select varieties of Meijer canned vegetables, only 49 cents each. Make the holidays a good deal better with low prices and Meijer brand hot deals. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
I'm so tired of boring game day food.
Little Caesars Deal Deal here. Get Stuffed Crunch Crust. It's a cheesy, crunchy crust that's only $9.49, making it the lowest price in stuffed crust.
Oh, dear. So cute.
Cute? I have a PhD, which stands for Pretty Huge Deals. Get a large Stuffed Crunch Crust for $9.49. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza.
Lowest price compared to other national pizza chains. Available participating locations for a limited time. Prices may vary.
Hey, it's Ken Cal, voice of the Red Wings. There's a homegrown squad that's been around even longer than the Wings. Rose Pest Solutions turned pro over 160 years ago and has dominated pests ever since. Rose safeguards your home or business against pests like bedbugs, cockroaches, rodents, and spiders. Their technicians are also equipped to meet all safety regulations. That's why Rose is an official partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call Rose at 800-966-ROSE or go to rosepestsolutions.com.
Life is beautiful and fragile. We fall. We get tired. And sometimes we get sick. But with Corewell Health, we are also strong. We fight disease. We battle cancer. We come together. We come back. We push forward. When the body breaks, we break through. Corewell Health. We can.
From the rink.
Thanks a lot. I'm with former Red Wing Boyd Devereaux. Let's talk about that 2002 Stanley Cup champion Detroit Red Wing team. I don't think in today's era you'll ever see a team like that because of all the superstars. What was it like, and what do you remember?
I just remember it just being such a magical year, like start to finish. Certainly the pressure was there because it was basically Stanley Cup or nothing. And, anything less wasn't going to be satisfactory to any of us because we knew we had a special thing there. And but it was just winning is fun. We were winning and we had a great group. It was such a amazing leadership from Stevie. I think when you have that many superstars on one team, and it could be a pile-up of egos or whatever, but everybody really just wanted to win. And I think that started with Stevie and Scotty, of course, and leadership all the way down the line. But everybody did their role and was happy to do it. And man, when you have that much firepower, you knew someone was going to score eventually. So unbelievable, and just such a treat to play and become friends with that quality of talent, and yeah, just magical start to finish.
Speaking of scoring big goals, let's go back to Game 3, I believe, in Carolina. And Brett Hull scored with, about a minute and some odd seconds to go to force overtime. That was the infamous triple overtime game. Take us back. What do you remember? One
of those long games where you're it's nothing like overtime in the playoffs, right? And you had that lengthy overtime where I think and Igor scored. The Stanley Cup Finals, any win, can swing a series. So that was a huge one, just to where it looked bleak there for a second, and then to come back and pull a win out of that. Just the way it was very dramatic, and a relief to have Iggy put that in for sure.
Boyd, when I think back to the 2002 season, I think of the two kids and a goat line, and that of course was you, Pavel Datsyuk, and Brett Hull. Take us back to that line combination, and what do you remember?
It was a lot of fun, obviously. It's such a treat to play with a consistent line, and actually that was one of the few times in my career I kind of got a chance to play with the same two players for a good portion of the season. It was my role to get the puck, forecheck, kind of get the puck, and then Pavel swing in there. I'd maybe a little dish to Pavel off the boards, but then he'd swing in there and turn two guys inside out and then feed Hully in the slot. When Hully gets in the slot, it's a good chance it's going in. So we were able to cycle the puck and keep lots of time in the offensive zone. And man, whenever, like I say, when you pass it to Hully, and it's so, when you're playing with a guy with that caliber of goal scoring ability and good chances going in the net, man, that's a good feeling. And I'm really proud of what we contributed to that amazing team.
How special of a player was Pavel Datsyuk? Because he was relatively young in his playing career right then.
Yeah, so to kind of a front row seat just to see the beginning of Pavel's career, what has been an unbelievable career. But when you see like Stevie and Hully and all the superstars in our team shaking their head at the things that Pavel could do in practice, and then soon enough was able to do in games. He was a special talent on an already stacked talented team, and like when you have that level of respect from superstars of the game towards Pavel at that young age. And so to play with him, and we used to play just one-on-one after practice, and he'd just be turning me inside out, and he'd just be laughing at me. But I tried my best to hang in there with him after practice each day. But he's such a cool guy, such a humble person, and so it just a treat start to finish.
Boyd Devereaux, thanks a lot for spending time. Good to see you again, and all the best in your firefighting career.
Thank you very much, Kenny.
Tonight's keys to the game.
Well, the Red Wings are back at it. Little Caesars Arena. Tonight they take on the Utah Mammoth. First of two meetings on the season. It was an eventful night last night. Red Wings coming from behind. The power play goal late in that third period by Alex DeBrincat, who had two power play goals in the third period. And the Red Wings skated off the ice. A 3-2 winner over the New York Islanders. Hello, everybody. Along with Dan DeKaiser, who's filling in for Paul Woods tonight, I'm Ken Cal, and certainly was a wild finish last night, and a big 2 points for Detroit because Dan had put them in first place in the Atlantic Division.
Absolutely, and it's great to see. The Wings have been battling hard all year, and they're playing really well going in this mid-December stretch here, coming up to the Christmas break. So if they can keep things going and stay hot and get timely goal scoring when they can, and good goaltending and executing on their power play and putting those pucks in the net when needed, they're going to be a real threat down the stretch.
Well, you're a defenseman. You played in the National Hockey League, and one of the things that Paul and I were talking about was blocking shots, and it just seems like the Red Wings are doing a lot of that, and it helps them to win those hockey games and also helps out the goaltending.
Absolutely, and we saw some of that last night with the Islanders. They had the man advantage there, pulling their goalie at the end of the game, so 6-on-5 situation. Red Wings getting their sticks in lanes, their bodies in lanes. Michael Rasmussen had a couple big blocks there at the end of the game as well. So that's something you have to do to finish these games out and to be a playoff team. And coming down to the second half of the year in March and April when the games matter so much, those are going to be key aspects to your game to get you those 2 points.
Well, the Utah Mammoth had to travel from Boston last night. They dropped a 4-1 decision to the Boston Bruins. Bruins right behind the Red Wings in the standings. But taking a look at the keys to tonight's hockey game, Dan, what do the Red Wings have to do to pull away another 2 points here from Utah?
Well, I think the biggest thing here is continue the momentum towards the Christmas break. The Wings are 6-1-1 in December so far, and they've got 4 games left to go before the break. So you want to keep that momentum going, keep playing well, keep giving yourself a chance to win every game. Key number 2, keep DeBrincat and power play hot. We saw 2 power play goals last night. DeBrincat has 6 goals and 9 points in his last 5 games, and he can really shoot the puck. He's such a scoring threat in the offensive zone. When he gets chances, he gets those grade A's, they're going to the net. And lastly, need a good quality start from Cam Talbot. His last win was November 22nd, and John Gibson 6-0 in his last 6 games. So for Talbot coming in here tonight, he wants to get back into the crease and give himself and his team a chance at 2 points.
Take a look at the injury report right now. It is brought to you by McLaren Healthcare, doing what's best. Mason Appleton, lower body injury. Patrick Kane, upper body injury. They will not play in this game tonight. First of 2 meetings on the season coming up. Red Wings in Utah. Glad you're around for Red Wing hockey tonight. We'll be back with tonight's opening faceoff after these words. This is the Detroit Red Wings Radio Network, presented by LMCU. You'll love banking here.
The warmest wishes this holiday season start with Wallside Windows. Custom made in our own factory by people who take pride in their work, from start to beautiful finish. Wallside is the industry leader with low factory direct pricing and no interest financing. You don't pay more, you get more with Wallside. Happy holidays from our family to yours. Wallside Windows, family owned and operated since 1944.
So here's the thing about Sheetz. We're not just another gas station or convenience store. We're family owned. Been that way since 1952. And when we open our doors, we're bringing more than food and fuel. We're bringing jobs, clean, safe rest stops, a place for early risers, night owls, and everybody in between. From your morning coffee to your midnight cravings, we got you. All day, every day. Come through and say hi. We'll be here cranking out sandwiches and snacks like it's our job. Because, you know, it is. Sheetz. Now open, always here. Why the Sheetz not?
Imagine a world where technology transforms the way we think about our environment. Welcome to Priority, where we're redefining the future of recycling and cleanliness with cutting-edge tech. Our innovative solutions are designed for those who demand smarter, more efficient ways to care for our planet. We're not just ahead of the curve, we're creating it. Ready to join the revolution? Visit PriorityWaste.com and see how we're setting the new standards in the industry. Priority, where technology meets sustainability.
Face-off is just moments away as we pause for station identification on the Detroit Red Wings radio.
The latest news of the night.
Svechnikov and now Hamilton. Back for Andre. He's in for a shot. He scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
And that's Latoria McBride with the Star-Spangled Banner prior to the start of tonight's hockey game between the Red Wings and the Utah Mammoth. Red Wings coming into tonight's contest 19-12-3, 41 points. First place in the Atlantic Division, 1 point ahead of the second place Tampa Bay Lightning and Boston Bruins. The Utah Mammoth off to a good start this year, but have tailed off a little bit of late. Only 2 wins in their last 6 hockey games. Their record 16-16-3, and they have 35 points. All right, let's go over tonight's starting lineups. They are brought to you by Wallside Windows. We can do that. We are the factory. Call us today for a free estimate. Those Utah Mammoth, Dan.
All right, so for Utah, starting in net, Karel Vejmelka, he's 14-9-2 on the year. On defense, John Marino with Nate Schmidt. And up front, you've got Liam O'Brien, Jack McBain, and Kevin Stenlund.
And limbering up in the end to our right, Cam Talbot. As Danny mentioned, his last win came on November 22nd against Columbus. On the blue line to start the game, Jacob Bernard Docker and Albert Johansson. Up front, JT Comfer between James Van Riemsdyk and Michael Rasmussen. Game underway as the Red Wings go after the puck in behind the Utah goal. It's centered to the left circle. JT Comfer skates into the corner, moves it around the boards, now to Michael Rasmussen. Rasmussen turns and fires. That one deflected to the near side. Hustling to try and hold it in. Here's a shot taken by Van Riemsdyk. That one sails to the right point off the end boards. He's trying to force the issue early on, and now out to center ice. The Mammoth come in over the Red Wing line and shoot it in behind the goal. Jack McBain doing the job. Krause with a big hit over on the corner boards by Rasmussen. Now swung back to the line. Sean Dursey holds it in, swings it over. Middle of the blue line, broken up. And now out to center ice. It's scooped up, and Dursey will come back with it. Feed past the Krause, moving in right circle. He can shoot the puck. He tried to backhand it out in front, and diving along the ice to block it. That was Bernard Docker.
Good little play there by Bernard Docker, laying down in front of Talbot.
That pass away as the Utah Mammoth will bring it ahead. Dursey out to center ice, retreats back inside his own zone as both teams are changing on the go. Out to center ice now, Clayton Keller. He's always been one of their point leaders. Lane shut down, so they'll take it back and regroup again at their own blue line. Now scooping it up is Nick Schmaltz. He'll lay it into the corner, and the Red Wings laying back out at center ice. And here comes a pass out to center to Clayton Keller, dumping it over the line to Schmaltz. Into the left face-off circle. A snapper around the boards comes back to the line, and it's held in there by DeSimone. Slaps it over on the left side. A quick shot taken. That's knocked away with the blocker of Cam Talbot into the corner. And now in the slot, a turnaround shot by Schmaltz. Save made Talbot again. So a couple of good opportunities right there from long range by the Utah Mammoth.
Some good saves from Cam Talbot early. Nothing extremely dangerous coming at him, but good for him to feel the puck and get a couple stops early.
Sandy Pellica dropping it back in behind the Red Wing goal. Boy, did he have a pretty goal last night.
Absolutely.
What impresses you about his play there, Dan?
Just the way he skates. His head's always up, and he controls that puck so well when he walks the blue line in that offensive zone. He's always dangerous.
That puck was shot, I believe, off a glove in that player's bench, but nobody saw it. Now Boot got the shot away, reaching out. Talbot will make the save, and the Red Wings a little bit disgusted right there because it was cleared up the right side by the Red Wings and actually hit a glove of a player, Utah player, sitting on the bench.
Well, that puck was going to go in the Utah zone and behind their net, and all of a sudden it popped out back into the neutral zone, and Utah was able to take advantage and bring it back down in the Detroit zone.
What would have happened if there was a goal scored on that play?
Well, Todd McClellan probably not be too happy on that one, I'll tell you that.
I guess it would be reviewable, right? They'd have to take a look at it?
I think so.
No score, first period, 2.5 gone by. We're late arriving crowd here tonight as the Red Wings trying to make it 2 in a row in this back-to-back home dates as the puck comes out to center ice. Over the line, it's dropped back and intercepted and quickly out to center ice. Here's Yamamoto in over the Red Wing blue line. Flips it across the ice. Dursey moving down into the corner. Trying to bring it out in front, centered it, knocked away with a stick of Talbot, deeper into the corner. Edmondson checked along the boards by Yamamoto. O'Brien trying to chip that puck up the wing. Came back to the line. Dursey couldn't hold it in. Now Soderblom passes it over and too far in front of the reach of the Red Wing player Danielson, who tried to get there, but if it was a little bit closer to his body, he would have been in cold on a breakaway.
Pretty good try there by big Elmer Soderblom. He had Danielson all alone on a breakaway pass, just missed him.
Fresh sheet of ice, first period. Wings are attacking right to left. Move it into the Utah zone. Long stretch pass that eluded Gunther, and down the ice it goes. Icing is the call against the Utah Mammoth, and a faceoff coming up in the Utah end.
Well, pretty energetic start by Utah here. That Stenlund, McBain, O'Brien line has gotten a couple early shifts to bring some energy, and that's certainly what they have done so far. So for the Red Wings, just got to get your feet moving and get going here. Both teams are on a back-to-back, so no real advantage one way or the other. But if you're the Red Wings, get the puck, get it down in that Utah zone, and start going to work.
You look at Utah's goal differential, they're actually +2 on the season. Red Wings are a -4, but that number has been improving with all the wins that the Red Wings have had of late. No score in the opening period. Dylan Gunther will lead it ahead and out to center ice. Here they come, Hayton up across the line. He scored in the game last night in Boston. Drills it into the corner. Sherratt got there first. Outlet pass goes over to the far wing to Sandin Pellikka. Now to Rasmussen. He's checked as he moves it up across the Utah line. And the Red Wings trying to steal. Gunther will pick it up. It rolled off his stick blade to the blue line. Now out to center ice, and Van Riemsdyk shovels it over on the right side, and Sandin Pellikka to drive it back into the Utah zone. Here's John Marino in the corner, and he turns away from Emmett Finney, rolls that puck around the boards. Puck batted out to center ice. Schmaltz to deflected in behind the Red Wing net. Now Edmondson in the corner, had his pocket picked for a moment. Now helping out, that's Larkin to dump it into the Utah zone. And the goaltender Vejmelka will keep it alive as Dursey will scoop it up and play it out to center ice. Larkin shoots it back in. That puck hit a stanchion and almost in front of that wide open net as Vejmelka went to play that puck behind his own goal. Now Schmaltz out to center. Lifts it over the blue line, left side. Pass in front, comes over to the right point, and that one back out to center ice, and the Mammoth have to regroup.
Pretty good forechecking shift there by Utah. Clayton Keller getting in on that forecheck hard, and that's been a really good line for them, Schmaltz, Keller, and Peterka.
Schmaltz originally drafted by the Blackhawks, dropping it back, and now it's shot along the boards and into the corner by Carconi. Wings break free, comes out to center ice. And now the Mammoth will tap it ahead and reaching forward inside his own end. Scooping it up, DeSimone. Lipsing it out to center ice, plays it over the Red Wing blue line. Danielson checked along the boards, quick feed, cop up the left side now to DeBrincat, cuts inside over the blue line, swings it over to Bernard Docker. Now a shot from the right side, hit the side of the goal by John Leonard, who's playing in his second game as a Red Wing, and Utah picks it up, plays it out to center ice, and Carconi to dump it in behind the Red Wing goal.
Good to see how active John Leonard is out there. It's only his second game, but the way he skates, he's definitely going to be dangerous out there in the offensive zone, getting some good looks for the Red Wings.
He was dynamite in Grand Rapids. He had 19 goals in 20 games, 29 points.
Incredible.
Doesn't matter what league you're playing, and you put up those numbers, you're doing something right.
Exactly, and they've had such a good start down there in Grand Rapids.
No score in the hockey game, 13:55 to go, first period. Here's Nate Schmidt sticking it out to center ice. Bounces into the Detroit zone away from Sherratt to the goaltender Talbot. Now played around the wing. Sherratt got it ahead to Danielson. Drop pass with speed to centers. Kasper over the blue line. Kasper drops it back, and Soderblom now makes his way into the corner, turns away from traffic. Still stick handles with the puck, moves it down into the corner, now behind the goal to Nate Danielson. Danielson ripped it back in the line. Sandin Pellikka with a shot. Vejmelka made the save with the blocker.
Good shot there from the point.
Wings dangerous in the Utah zone. Long shot from the blue line by Kasper, knocked away by Vejmelka again. Soderblom after the loose puck in the right corner. Turning away from the player Yamamoto. Now here trying to jam it out in front. That was Van Riemsdyk. Comes over to the left side of the ice. Well, he's so dangerous, Van Riemsdyk, from in close, and he tried to make something out of nothing right there.
He's so good around the net. He's got that poise, good hands, quick release.
There's Rasmussen with a quick release, and he almost connected, but the save made by Vejmelka. Now a shot taken by Comfer after getting the feed from behind the goal is blocked. Edmondson now moves it to the side of the goal. Wide open there for a moment was Rasmussen, and now finally the Mammoth will play it out to center ice.
That was a good look there. Rasmussen on the back door of that pass, just knocked down by the Utah D, but he was wide open on that backside.
Now Marino with a stretch pass out to center ice, broken up by the wing player Rasmussen. He exits the ice on a change as it's dumped back into the Red Wing zone. No score, opening period. Krause will intercept out at the center ice circle. Chased down to his own blue line by Dylan Larkin. Now to Dursey up the right side. It's trickled by Gunther in behind the Red Wing goal from center ice. Talbot whistles it around the near wing. Held in at the line. Krause turns, fires. Low shot wide of the goal. Rebound is picked up by Raymond. He'll dump it in behind the Red Wing goal. And the Wings now will settle it down inside their own end.
Well, Red Wings starting to get their legs going a bit here the last few shifts, putting some pressure on the Utah.
No score in the hockey game. The puck is loose in that Utah zone and hustling after it there. That is Oli Mata will send it across and up across the line. Dursey dropping it back to Clayton Keller. Pass right circle, now ends up in behind the goal, and some extracurricular activity in that Utah end.
Sergachev didn't like the hit by Finney on him. He took a little exception to it.
Here's Larkin off the bench on a change now, makes his way to the right face-off circle, lost possession of the puck, and Clayton Keller twisting and turning quickly over the Red Wing line. Pulls it back to the blue line, now turned it over to Kopp, calling for the puck at center with Sider. Kopp instead skates over the line, drops it off. Here's DeBrincat with a chance, blocked, rebound chance. Oh, and Leonard with a chance, and he fired that one wide.
Another good look there by John Leonard. Started with an Alex DeBrincat shot that got blocked in front.
And El Boot will play that puck in behind the Red Wing goal. Good pace to start this hockey game. Again, a scoreless tie. Approaching the midway point of the first period, Marino shovels it over on the left side. Cole with a shot. That one ends up around the near side boards. DeBrincat hustles quickly out to center ice. Feathers it over the blue line. Pass was intended for Kopp, but off a Mammoth stick and out of play.
Good stick there by Ian Cole, 36-year-old veteran D-man.
First period of tonight's game brought to you by Meijer. Meijer brings more good to hometown hockey. Got a good pace here in the opening period. 10:34 to go. No score between Utah and Detroit. We'll be back with more in a moment. This is the Detroit Red Wings Radio Network presented by LMCU. You'll love banking here.
I'm Lions head coach Dan Campbell. When you're injured in an accident, you want respect. How do you get the respect and money you deserve? Call Sam. You need lawyers that get respect. And your lawyer needs to respect you, your case, and your family. That's why you need to call Sam. Get the experience, the resources, and the results that everyone respects. Get the Bernstein advantage. Get respect. Call Sam today.
It starts at sunrise. For 60 years, National Coney Island has been making the good stuff. From the classic Coney dog to our original chicken honey and award-winning chili. We serve up value in every mouth-watering meal, every day. Family-owned goodness that is always fast, fresh, and friendly. Dine in or order online at nationalconeyisland.com and be sure to check out our $6 under $6 breakfast value meals Monday through Friday before 11 a.m. for a limited time. Since 1927, Gallagher has been serving the communities where we live and work. We partner with businesses of every size to provide insurance, risk management, and benefit solutions that prepare them for what's next. Whether you are on Main Street or across the globe, we're ready to help you take on any challenge. As a proud partner of the Detroit Red Wings, we bring that same commitment to Detroit and all of Michigan. Dedicated to partnering with you to face the future with confidence. Learn more at ajg.com. Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and people strategy partner.
Hey fans, bring the holiday cheer to Little Caesars Arena December 23rd for our Hockeytown Holidays game. Always a fun time to be here at Little Caesars Arena. Celebrate on the concourse with activations. And good old Santa Claus, he'll be here as well as the Red Wings face off against the Dallas Stars. Score your tickets now at DetroitRedWings.com/tickets. And I know Danny would like to be here on the 23rd and say hi to Santa Claus.
Absolutely. Always nice when you get to see Santa roam on the concourse.
I understand that he really likes the Red Wings because the uniforms that the Red Wings have are similar to his suit.
I could see that. Yeah, they match perfectly.
No score in the opening period. Red Wings have had some pretty good chances on Vejmelka, and now it's Marino scooping it up in front of his own goal to lay it across. Stenlund over the blue line, right circle, moves in with a shot, and that's deflected off the stick of Ben Sherratt and out of play.
Good defensive play there by Ben Sherratt to deflect that one over Talbot and out of play. And something to keep an eye on. Ben Sherratt dumped that puck in on Vejmelka in that left corner in the Utah zone, and that's two pucks now that have kicked right out in front of the net. So I don't know if there's something going on with the stanchion there, but might want to take note of that.
Remember those boards at Joe Louis Arena? They were pretty lively, weren't they?
Oh, they sure were. Things would kick off of that like a trampoline right out in front of the net.
That would have to drive a defenseman crazy, wouldn't it? Trying to play the puck next thing you know.
Goes both ways, though, too, you know.
All right, here's Jersey from the face-off. Shoots the puck, and that's deflected away to the side of Talbot, who swished it in behind his own goal. Keller after it. Now Schmaltz to play it to the blue line. Sergachev lifts it ahead. Turnaround shot. Hit a broken stick on the ice, and now Sider will whip it over on the near side boards for Edvinsson. Quickly up the right side to Raymond. Over the line, feed past Dylan Larkin. Skates into the corner. Jersey finishes him off with a check, and now Raymond trying to jam it free in behind the goal. Now it's loose out in front.
Almost intercepting in front of Vemelka. That was Raymond, but now settling it down. Keller drops it back, and out to center ice skates Dursey again. Over the Red Wing line. Has an opening right side. Cruises in behind the Detroit goal. Centers it out in front. Dick Schmaltz was right out in front looking for it. Now Gunther with a shot. That's knocked away by Talbot. Hustling after the loose puck. Dylan Gunther lays it over on the right wing boards. DeSimone dropped it off to Keller, and it's knocked away from him by Edvinsson, who breaks over the blue line, dropping it back to the trailer. Was intended for Rasmussen, broken up, and now out to center ice. Utah bring it back as Hayton will dump it into the Red Wing end. Ben Sherratt tied up by Hayton. Now Gunther trying to bring it out in front. A penalty coming up to Detroit for holding. So the first power play of the game will go to the Utah Mammoth. Where's it going up to Utah?
Oh, it's going on Utah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's Hayton, the forward, getting the gate. Oh, Red Wings had the puck when they
that was weird. I think he must have got a piece of Sherratt there.
We'll be back with the Red Wing power play, trying to break this scoreless tie. 8:54 to go in the opening period. This is your home for Detroit Red Wings hockey, presented by LMCU. You'll love banking here.
Hey, it's Ken Cal, voice of the Red Wings. There's a homegrown squad that's been around even longer than the Wings. Rose Pest Solutions turned pro over 160 years ago and has dominated pests ever since. Rose safeguards your home or business against pests like bedbugs, cockroaches, rodents, and spiders. Their technicians are also equipped to meet all safety regulations. That's why Rose is an official partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call Rose at 800-966-ROSE or go to rosepestsolutions.com.
People can't have access to quality medical care without affordable health insurance. At Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, we understand increasing health insurance costs are becoming more of a strain on the budgets of the businesses and people we serve. Affordability matters. It affects real families, real decisions, and real care. That's why at Blue Cross, we're dedicated to finding solutions. To learn about this critical issue and our efforts to make healthcare affordable for all, visit mibluedaily.com/affordability today.
At LMCU, we certainly understand uncertainty.
Am I paying too much?
Am I earning enough? Is my money secure?
You've got enough on your mind. As a credit union that's seen it all over 91 years, we'll help you handle the big picture so you can focus on the little things, like...
When's practice over?
What should we watch?
What's for dinner?
In a world of uncertainty, there's one thing you can be sure about. You'll love banking at LMCU.
He just got a piece of it, and it was about two, maybe 3 inches wide of the far goal post. Out the back door and just wide of the far post.
Good to see Kopp get a good chance there. Grade A scoring chance for him.
He's starting to put some points up on the board for Detroit after a little bit of a slow start.
Always so responsible defensively. Really, really good defensively. It's good to see him get rewarded sometimes on that offensive end as well.
9 shots by the Red Wings, 8 for the Utah Mammoth up the left wing boards, now dumped in by Carconi. Comes right back out to center ice. Daniil Boot will pick it up and backhand it to the side of the Red Wing goal. Intercepting Johansson. Now to Jacob Bernard Docker, who played it away from Carconi out to center ice. Battle for it between both players' benches, far wing. Wings come away with it as Kopp delay it right out in front, and Vemelka to turn it aside, and now scooping it up Clayton Keller. It's like a water bug out there. And moves it up across the line. Boot going in after it. Talbot came out of his net to play it around the boards to Ben Sherratt. Now pass off the stick of Larkin. Carries into the Utah zone, and Boot will swing it back to Dursey, and now he'll lift it ahead to center. Keller's pass up across the line. Intercepting it is Raymond. Turns over the Utah blue line. Pass left side for Finney. Tried to hit his man with a pass in front. Dylan Larkin. He was covered.
Good rush chance. That was Finney trying to hit Larkin on the backside. He had him, just missed.
Think about that, Finney. He's a really good skater, and he always seems to get where he needs to go.
He's flying out there.
Edvinsson settles it down the trapezoid behind Talbot. Stick knocked out of the hands of Peterka by Ben Sherratt. Now Danielson over the Utah line. Drops it for Soderblom. Wrist shot wide of the goal. Rebound comes out to center ice. Sider pitched it across for Simon Edvinsson, who cuts to the middle of the ice to play it away from Liam O'Brien. Down to a minute to go in the first period, and it's a scoreless tie here in Detroit. Wings shoot it in. Ian Cole in pursuit. Plays that puck around the boards to Nick DeSimone. Swings it out in front of the penalty box. Yamamoto up across the Red Wing line, trying to drop it back. It's broken up, and now the Wings head back to center. Soderblom to deflect it up across the Utah blue line. Marino settles it down, steers it up the right wing boards. Yamamoto to trickle it down into the Red Wing zone, and icing is called against the Utah Mammoth. Well, tonight's game is brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, the official healthcare provider of the Detroit Red Wings radio network. Confidence comes with every card.
I was going to say, Elmer Soderblom, to me, it looks like he's gained more confidence as the season's gone on, especially down low in the offensive zone. He's holding on to more pucks, where early on in his career or early in the season, you'd see him get those pucks down low and want to get rid of those right away. But now he's getting some confidence, more poise, holding on to the puck, making better plays in that offensive zone. And with that big frame, he's a real problem for a lot of other teams.
Well, he has that ability to protect the puck, too, with that long reach. Wings with a face-off. Here is DeBrincat trying to stick handle through traffic. Moved it away from Yamamoto. Now Sherratt to dump it into the corner. Leonard trying to dig that puck free. Down to 20 seconds to go in the opening period. No score in the game. Sherratt shoots the puck. Vamelka the stick save. Rebound Johansson. Feathers it into the corner. Barrett Hayton pins that puck in along the boards. Now dug it around the near side to DeBrincat to the blue line. Here's Sherratt with a shot. That's blocked in the high slot. Hayton with a check on DeBrincat. There goes the horn, and the first period comes to a close. Look out, you've got DeBrincat and Hayton yelling at each other, and they are trying to get at each other, separated by the linesman.
Hayton's a guy that's always mixing it up on the ice there. I don't think DeBrincat took too kindly to that kind of a late hit there right at the end of the whistle here.
Well, we've seen it in the past. DeBrincat will drop the gloves at times, and even though he's not as tall as many of the players out there on the ice, he'll stick up for himself.
He's still feisty. He doesn't take any crap from anyone, too. I like that about him.
Every time the Red Wings score a goal tonight, it'll be a DTE Energy, like the Lamp goal. But, Danny, after 20 minutes of play, no score between the Wings and the Utah Mammoth.
No, but it was a pretty entertaining period. I thought initially the first 5 to 6 minutes, Utah came out. They came out harder than the Red Wings for sure. Once the Red Wings got their legs going, they were able to get some good scoring chances. They had the one power play there where they had some good looks, unable to put one in the net, but some good saves by Cam Talbot as well. I think that was one of the keys coming into this game was a good strong start from Cam Talbot. His win was last month in November, so he wants to get back on the board with a W, and he's certainly played very well so far.
A couple of close calls, too, in that Red Wings zone. A crossbar that was hit, and they were inches away from taking a lead.
They were, yeah. They had a really good chance there in front off the crossbar behind Talbot before it was cleared out. And some good looks down on Vamelka as well. He made a couple good saves. He hit Andrew Kopp, just missed that right post by about 2 inches on a good scoring chance for him as well.
So overall, a pretty solid first period of play, and the shots indicate that. Our first period shots on goal brought to you by the Macomb Group, the leader between the pipes for all of your industrial pipe needs. 11 shots on goal by the Red Wings on Karol Vamelka, and the Utah Mammoth with 8 shots on goal on Cam Talbot. So we are in the first intermission here at Little Caesars Arena. Back-to-back home games for Detroit. Red Wings will hit the road and play an afternoon game in Washington on Saturday, and then right back here for a Sunday matinee affair against the Capitals. And Danny, Washington's that kind of team that they're starting to play better. They got off to a little bit of a slow start, but they're really picking up the points right now.
They are. They have so much talent on that team. Obviously, we know about Alex Ovechkin, the way he can score goals when he gets going, and Tom Wilson and some of the young players, Ethan Frank, who's coming into his own on that team as well. They're a dangerous team, and they always have the tendencies to make good playoff runs and get into the playoffs and make some noise. So always a dangerous team, and they can really score too, that's for sure.
Lexi Protas is another player on that team that can really put the points on the board, and he always seems to play good against the Detroit Red Wings.
Yeah, it's funny how that works. Sometimes you have those teams that you like playing against, and for him it must be the Red Wings. He certainly plays well and always seems to find a way to find the score sheet against the Red Wings.
Hey fans, the Maple Leafs against the Red Wings, rivalry like no other, and we need you to bring that Hockey Town energy to Little Caesars Arena on December 28th. Don't wait, get your tickets now by visiting DetroitRedWings.com/tickets. For the first intermission, no score between the Red Wings and the Utah Mammoth. Coming up next, Jeff Rieger in our 1-800-CALL-SAM studio. This is your home for Detroit Red Wings hockey, presented by LMCU. You'll love banking here.
The Chevy Equinox EV is more than an SUV. It's your sunrise start and your sunset adventure. An EPA estimated 319 miles of electric range means more views. And when you're ready to take the long way, your 17.7-inch diagonal touchscreen doubles as your digital assistant all along the way. All of this at a value you'll love. So planning your next getaway is even easier. It's more than an SUV. It's your Equinox EV. Chevrolet, official vehicle of the Detroit Red Wings. EPA estimated range estimated on full target front-wheel drive. Actual range may vary based on several factors, including ambient temperature, terrain, battery age and condition, loading, and how you use and maintain your vehicle.
I'm so tired of boring game day food.
Little Caesars Deal Deer here. Get Stuffed Crunch Crust. It's a cheesy, crunchy crust that's only $9.49, making it the lowest price in stuffed crust.
Oh, dear. So cute.
Cute? I have a PhD, which stands for Pretty Huge Deals. Get a large stuffed crunch crust for $9.49. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza, pizza. Lowest price compared to other national pizza chains. Available participating locations for a limited time. Prices may vary.
At Rocket, we believe everyone deserves their shot at the American dream. So if you're feeling locked out of home ownership, we're here to give you back the keys. We're opening doors, breaking down walls, and doing everything we can to turn renters into owners. And we're not going to stop until we help everyone home. To find out more, visit rocket.com. Rocket. Own the dream.
The warmest wishes this holiday season start with wall-side windows. Custom made in our own factory by people who take pride in their work. From start to beautiful finish. Wallside is the industry leader with low factory direct pricing and no interest financing. You don't pay more, you get more with Wallside. Happy holidays from our family to yours. Wallside Windows. Family owned and operated since 1944.
Toyotathon is on, and there's no better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota. Now through January 5th, get 4.75 APR financing on any remaining new 25 RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid. Or lease a new gas-powered RAV4 LE for $279 a month for 39 months with $39.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Ed Cal, Dan DeKaiser with you in between the first and second period here at Little Caesars Arena. No score between the Red Wings and the Utah Mammoth. And only one minor penalty called in that first period, and the Red Wings had the power play. Dan Hayton went off for holding at 11:06, but neither team able to turn on the red light as of yet.
No, some good chances by both teams. Andrew Kopp had a good look there late in the period. He leads the Wings with 3 shots. And on the Utah side, it's Sean Dursey, the defenseman. He's got a couple shots for Utah leading them. So some good looks both ends. Cam Talbot, he's been strong, as has Vejmelka. And one crossbar there behind Talbot, but nothing behind either goaltender yet.
11 shots by the Red Wings, 8 for the Utah Mammoth. No score after 20 minutes of play. And we'll be back with more in a moment. This is your home for Detroit Red Wings hockey, presented by LMCU. You'll love banking here.
Dearborn brand products are a taste of tradition, supporting the Wings because nobody represents tradition better in sports. Hockey season and the holidays are the best with a torch-glazed spiral ham. Available all over Metro Detroit and at our Dearborn and Roseville factory outlets. While there, pick up some of our famous kielbasa's, smoked, fresh, and holiday. Visit DearbornBrand.com for locations near you. Find hams, sausages, hot dogs, and snacks. Heading north this winter? Don't forget about our extensive line of snack sticks and jerky. Start the hunt off on Target. DearbornBrand.com.
The scrape of blades, the clash of sticks. Hockey's more than a game. It's unrelenting, never-give-up moments that make you feel alive. And so you commit to the weekly ups and downs, the long road to the playoffs. You wear your heart on your sleeve and your jersey with pride. And when you're there for your team, the NHL shop is there for you. Check out the largest selection of official NHL gear at NHLshop.com. Fanatics experience.
You just won the contract for a multi-million-dollar construction project.
And now you need all the pipe, valves, and fittings to get the job done on time and on budget. It's time to talk to the McComb Group. We understand your needs, and we speak your language. We have the material and the expertise to handle your critical projects. We carry loads of inventory at branches throughout Michigan and Ohio. So call our team at 833-PIPE-USA or find what you need at McCombGroup.com. The McComb Group. We're built to say yes.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you bring more good to hometown hockey and hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. Meijer is proud to sponsor the Detroit Red Wings.
Welcome on back. 1-800-CALL-SAM Studio. Scoreless game. Wings and Mammoth after one period. Time now for the intermission conversation brought to you by Meijer. Meijer brings more good to hometown hockey. Red Wings have a great podcast. It is called The Conversation Line. And their latest guest was a good guest. Nate Danielson, the forward for the Detroit Red Wings. Daniela Bruce and Ken Cal asked Nate just how tough it was to prepare to make this team, but he got that injury, so he did not make the team out of camp, and he had to wait a little bit until he was healed to make the Red Wings.
Yeah, I mean, it was disappointing for sure. I felt like I was having a good camp, and I felt like I had a good chance to start here, which was obviously the goal coming in. And I mean, I kind of train the whole summer and all the time you put in to make the team. So I think kind of when it first happened, it was obviously super disappointing, and we didn't really know the severity to how long it was going to be, and it actually turned out being better than we thought. So at first it was pretty disappointing, and I thought it was going to be out a lot longer. So I was pretty upset by it.
Yeah, what is the feeling like? Because you obviously have to train by yourself. You have a coach to work out with you, but while everybody else is doing the drills and participating with the team, you're really kind of by yourself trying to rehab and get back into the lineup, right?
Yeah, it wasn't very fun. I mean, I was just skating by myself, and honestly pretty much just bag skating myself just to stay in shape, because I couldn't do any puck stuff really. So it's pretty much going out there and just skating lines, and just to keep my legs and lungs ready for when I was able to come back.
So were you able to stay in Detroit for most of that time?
I just stayed for the rest of camp, and then I went back to Grand Rapids and continued there.
What is the experience in the AHL? We hear about how valuable it is for young players like you. What things did you take from your time in the AHL?
I mean, I feel like just coming from junior, it's a way different game. I mean, I think that was the biggest thing, was just learning like what made me successful at the pro level. And I mean, in junior, you kind of just can get the puck and take it down the ice and make a play, and that just obviously isn't the case at this level. So I feel like he was kind of just learning what made me successful, and kind of just learning how to play the pro game.
For our fans watching right now, how would you describe the way you play? What would be the blueprint of Nate Danielson?
I would say a 200-foot player. I know it's kind of cliche, but it's kind of what I see myself as, and I feel like just good defensively and responsible, and then offensively, I think I'm creative and have good offensive instincts, and yeah.
And how do you feel that improved since you've been drafted?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's been lots of areas. I think that year going back to the WHL after I got drafted was a good year for me, just kind of keep working at different things. And I think this past summer was probably the biggest one, just after playing a year pro and putting on weight and learning the strength side. And so I think that helped me a lot this year.
I was looking back, and I know you had a breakaway against Swayman, the Boston goaltender, and things developed quickly. You're coming in on goal. Like, is it amazing how good these NHL goaltenders are? Do you see that?
Yeah, that is one of the things that I've noticed is even just in practice shooting on Talbs and Gibby, I mean, it's tough to score on them, and they're good. So, I mean, yeah, sucks that still a little frustrated by it. But
way to bring that up, Ken.
Yeah,
You'll score.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just got to make the most of those chances, and yeah, they are good. There's a lot of good goalies.
I'm going to harp on one now, too. The one that was called back offside, that was your other breakaway, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
we need to get Nate a breakaway goal.
I mean, that one I scored, but I would say that's Finn's fault.
Yeah, we'll blame Emmett for that one.
Yeah, I mean, he took a lot of crap for that one, so
Yeah.
I'll lay off him now.
The first one went off your body or your leg, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the second one was the beautiful goal. But
Yeah.
20 years from now, you go through the whole team, tell everybody you roofed it, top shelf, hit the water
Yeah.
bottle, right?
No, I'd like to switch those, but I mean, it's funny how it works out, and
They all count.
Yeah, they all count.
They all count.
Yeah.
Did you put the puck anywhere yet, your first goal?
No, I think they took. I don't know where it is, honestly.
Oh, my God.
I think they.
You took the picture, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but I think they like make something for us, like a
nice.
little like plaque with like the game and date and everything.
Good stuff with Nate Danielson. It's called The Conversation Line. If you want to hear the entirety of the interview, check out The Conversation Line on social media, YouTube, or wherever you happen to get your podcast. Coming up next, the Out-of-Town Scoreboard. You're listening to Detroit Red Wings Hockey.
My name is Kim Harrison. I am a 11-year survivor from a bone marrow transplant. We grew up a sports family, and I have grandchildren that play. My goal was just to do everything I could to heal because I want to be there for them. I recommend people never give up because there's always hope. 11 years later, I got the best seat.
Take a second for the right team at carmanis.org/second opinion or call 1-800-CARMANIS.
If you're looking for a meaningful career with lots of room to grow, both professionally and personally, consider UWM. We're one of the largest companies in Michigan, big enough to offer impactful roles in a wide range of specialties. But you'll also find a community of fellow team members ready to welcome, train, and support you. So no matter what stage you're at in your career, you'll find your fit at UWM. Check out UWMcareers.com and apply today.
Last-minute holiday gifting is a good deal better at Meijer. Bring more joy to everyone on your list with last-minute deals on must-haves, like select Lego playsets now 30% off. And buy one, get one for $1 on select Yankee Candle products. Gift cards are great for the hard to buy for. Spend $100 or more on select gift cards and earn 10,000 MPerks points. That's a $10 reward just for you. Last-minute gifts for everyone on your list. That's the good life at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app and at mperks.com.
I'm Dan Campbell, head coach of the Detroit Lions. Everyone knows you get aggressive on fourth down, and everyone knows you call Sam if you're injured. Why not? They've been offering their no-fee guarantee forever, and they always give everyone a free call and consultation. Not to mention they've recovered billions of dollars for their clients, and they've had the winning record for over 50 years. That's why everyone knows you call Sam if you're injured. It's the best call you can make after an accident. Some things just aren't up for debate. Injured? Call Sam.
1-800-CALL-SAM. Save time every time when you use online check-in for a great haircut at Great Clips, proud partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Download our app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips, it's gonna be great.
Welcome on back. 1-800-CALL-SAM Studio. Mammoth Wings scoreless after one period. Go ahead, check the Out-of-Town Scoreboard, brought to you by Rocket Mortgage, helping more Americans own more of America. Your journey home starts at rocketmortgage.com. Rocket, own the dream. Games going on right now. Panthers have been playing some better hockey. They're up 2-1 on the Los Angeles Kings. Anton Lindell gets his 11th. Carter Verhaeghe gets his 11th as well, both for the Florida Panthers. Jets and Blues underway in St. Louis. About 11 minutes to go in the first period. That game is scoreless. Preds and Hurricanes underway in the Music City. That game scoreless in the first period as well. And Devils and Golden Knights in Sin City at 10 o'clock, about an hour and a half from now. Devils 18-14-1. Knights 16-6-9. In case you're into the betting, Knights are a minus 166. So if you think the Devils are going to win, you get some positive and plus money. So if that's your thing, go for it. All right, one period in the book, second just about to get going. Wings and Mammoths scoreless. Let's get you on back downtown Detroit. Ken Kale and Danny DeKaiser, guys, take it away, second period.
Danny DeKaiser filling in for Paul Woods. Another one of those load management days. I guess when you've done radio for 40 years, you can take one of those load management days every now and then.
Well, sometimes the players on a back-to-back, they need a little break, and you know what? It works the same way up here. So what are you getting the night off?
St. Louis Blues are playing. We heard the out-of-town scoreboard, and Danny, were you surprised that Jonathan Berggren was picked up by the Blues off of waivers?
Well, not so much surprise because he's shown flashes through his career here in Detroit where he can be an NHL level player. For him, he just has to do it more consistently, and that's the thing with a lot of young players nowadays. They come in the league and try to find that consistency, but it's hard to do. Especially when you want to score goals, it's a hard league to score in. But Berggren's certainly a player that can be an NHL player for a long time.
I think if you're a player in the National Hockey League, you have to really find your niche playing with the team. Now, everybody is probably the best of the best when they're playing, and not everyone can be a 50-goal scorer, but you kind of got to find your role out there and fit in with the team, don't you?
Exactly. The more you can play up and down the lineup, especially as a forward, it gives you the best chance to solidify your spot. And sometimes you get that chemistry with teammates and you play with them for a long time, and sometimes it takes a while to find that. So, we wish Berggren nothing but the best in St. Louis, and we're glad to watch him here as a Red Wing in his time.
All right, tonight's second period is brought to you by Jack Demmer Automotive Group. Jack Demmer Ford and Jack Demmer Lincoln. Discover the Demmer difference. No score in the hockey game, and the fresh sheet of ice. Utah attacking right to left. Out to center, McBain carries in over the line. Dropping it back, Carcone with a wrister from long range. Reaching out to make the glove save was Cam Talbot. I think it was Carcone that actually hit the crossbar in the opening period, and he was inches away from giving Utah the lead, and he had a long wrist shot right there.
Yeah, it's a dangerous shot around the net. We saw it there in the first, right off the crossbar behind Cam Talbot, and he's looking to try to get Utah on the board here, get that first goal of the game, ever important first goal of the game here. It seems like it will be tonight, the longer this one drags on scoreless.
Danny, you're surprised that the Toronto Maple Leafs are like in sixth spot in the Atlantic Division?
It's a little bit of a surprise with the talent that they have, but for them, it's a team that they have to find their identity at some point. And obviously, losing Marner is a big key for them. And it's going forward, they're going to try, like I said, have to find their identity and get that chemistry going.
Icing called against the Red Wings. It was tipped on their side of the red line down the ice by DeBrincat, so we'll have another face-off coming up, circle to the right of Cam Talbot. With the race in the Atlantic Division between Detroit, Tampa Bay, Boston, actually every team. Buffalo's starting to win some hockey games. They've won their last three.
You look up and down the standings every night, and you lose a couple. You miss out on 4 or 6 points, and you're going to drop halfway down the Eastern Conference. It's pretty crazy. It's so tight.
Long stretch pass intended for Krause, eluded him, travels into the corner. Hayton played that puck around the opposite way, and now it's DeBrincat scooping it up and tapping it in behind the goal. A quick centering attempt in front, a chance right there, and Dursey almost scored. Now DeBrincat comes back up across the Utah line, inside, got the wrister away. Vamelka on his knees comes up with that glove hand save.
Good save by Vamelka on DeBrincat, and DeBrincat likes to get into the offensive zone. He comes down the left side a lot of times, and he likes to cut to the middle. So then he has the puck on his forehand, and he tries to get that in the prime scoring area, and that's exactly what he did. But how about the save by Cam Talbot? And that's Sean Dursey, the Utah defenseman, at the other end with a really, really good grade A chance, and Talbot with a good blocker save on him.
It was Barrett Hayton who was behind the net that laid the pass in front to Dursey, who had the grade A scoring chance, and Talbot with a big save.
It was a good look by Hayton.
No score in the second period. 1:05 gone by. The puck is in the right corner now in the Utah zone. Chipped back to the blue line. Sider holds it in. Backhands it in front. Knocked away. And now a quick snapper from the left side by Finney. Turned away by Vamelka. Utah just play that puck out to the Detroit blue line. Now pass off the stick of Finney at center ice, but helping out to cover it up. That is Edvinsson. Up the right wing boards over the Mammoth line. Cuts inside on Schmidt. Now sends it out in front of the Utah goal. Keller got it ahead and out to center ice. Here they come the other way. J.J. Peterka. Pass right side to Schmaltz. Fired the shot. Rebound chance, and Keller scores. Clayton Keller on the rebound after Talbot made the save. Fires it in, and it's 1-0 Utah.
Well, Utah's going to get that first goal of the game. We just talked about it, and it's Keller on a rebound. I think it was Schmaltz carrying that down the right wing on a bit of a 3-on-2 rush. So Schmaltz has it. He's just going to throw one at the net. And for Cam Talbot, he's probably going to wish he had a little better rebound control on that one as he kicked that one out into the slot instead of the corner. And Clayton Keller, Johnny on the spot, coming down in the slot and bangs that one home. Really no chance for Talbot off of that rebound.
Simon Edmondson was trying to get back to the front of the net right there and tie up Keller, but he's quick. And we mentioned he's like a water bug out there. And he cut right out in front of the goal and bangs it home. And it's 1-0 Utah.
Talked about how dangerous he is. That line early in the game was dangerous, and get one there.
Well, the Red Wings fell behind 1-0 to the Islanders yesterday. Had a good comeback. Now a quick snapper from the bottom of the right circle by Casper on target. Vamelka made the glove save.
We always try to get the first goal of the game when you can. It's a lot easier to win games when you're playing with the lead than when you're playing from behind. And for the Red Wings, they're going to have to play this one from behind and try to get a couple here to get that lead back.
Well, Vamelka's been tested by the Red Wings here tonight. He's won his last 2 starts. He's allowed 7 goals on 53 shots in those last 2 hockey games, and in his 5th National Hockey League season, 2nd here in Utah. Face off to the left of the goaltender Vamelka, 1-0 lead on the goal by Keller. Waved out of the circle, Jack McBain, and now Carcone will take the draw against JT Comfort. From the faceoff, Rasmussen with a quick shot on goal, knocked away with a stick of Vamelka. From the line, Bernard Docker with a chance. That's knocked away again. So the Red Wings got a couple of quick chances right there. Carcone along the wing will dump that puck around the boards. Dursey going in after it. Now he eludes a check and comes out to center ice. Moves it up the right side of the ice for McBain, going into the corner on Johansson. Johansson not giving him an inch, but now it comes back to the line. Sergachev with a shot, that's blocked, goes over to the left side. Now Boot with a shot, that's blocked, trying to get after the puck. Comfer, he's covered, maybe interfered with a little bit, and now Sean Dursey will bring it back the other way.
Sean Dursey's been a really solid player for Utah here tonight. Over the last few years, he's a guy that can get up in the rush and provide offense from the back end.
Wings tap it out of harm's way, and this one travels down the ice, and Ian Cole to pick up the loose puck in behind the Utah net. Well, Keller's always among the leading scorers year after year with these Utah players, but Utah team rather, but with Arizona when he was drafted several years ago.
Yeah, and he's a guy that's going to help your offense for sure. Big power play point producer. He facilitates and generates offense using his feet and his hands, and he's got the vision to make those great plays.
That was his 11th goal of the season to give the Utah Mammoth a 1-0 lead. Clayton Keller. Schmaltz will pick up 1 assist at 1:44 the second period. Here's Krause now picking it up. Angles it up the left side for Dylan Gunther. He pokes it to the Detroit blue line, and Hayton to jam that puck in behind the Red Wing goal. Talbot swished it around the boards. Leonard covered. Krause after it in the corner, runs into Ben Sherratt. Krause is a pretty big player out there as it rolls around the boards now, left corner in the Red Wing zone.
Krause and McBain, they do a good job of protecting that puck down low. Hard to knock off.
Leonard trying to block a shot, comes back to the blue line now. A shot by Cole in front, a lot of traffic, ends up along the far wing. Leonard dug it free, quickly hands it ahead. Wings pump it into the corner. DeBrincat going after the puck. Check the Cole in along the boards. Back to the blue line, Edvinsson, now two-sider, right circle, fakes, moves in, shoots the puck. Vamelka made the save. Rebound swept ahead, Lawson Krause to get it out to center ice.
That was a good play by Sider. He didn't really have a lane. He had some Utah shin pads in his way, and he pulled it around him to get that shot on net.
A shot handcuffed the goaltender Vamelka by Larkin after a tape-to-tape pass. Rink-wide feed from Lucas Raymond.
Well, Ian Cole out there for Utah, and he's a guy, defenseman that's been around the league a long, long time and knows how to play out there. Got that veteran presence. He's played on a lot of teams. It's a 36-year-old veteran for him.
Well, those veterans know all the tricks, don't they?
They do. They do. He just plays a simple, hard game. He's a big body. Plays on the penalty kill. And
1-0 lead for the Utah Mammoth. Nate Schmidt turned it over to Sider, and he fanned on the shot. And now it comes out to Stenlin at center ice. 2-on-1 with Keller over the line. Stenlin played it across, broken up. Now in the transition, the Red Wings trying to catch the Mammoth. Larkin over the blue line, drops it to Finney. Now in the skates of Edmondson. Played it behind the goal to Dylan Larkin. Marino chased him down the corner. From the line, it's shot by Raymond. Weakly in front, broken up, and out the center comes Clayton again. Clayton Keller trying to pass it across, broken up. Finney laid it over the line to Dylan Larkin, left circle. Plays it across on the right side. Sider with a shot. Vamelka the save. The rebound skips into the corner.
Good job by Nate Schmidt there on the rebound. That was Larkin on the doorstep. He had a pretty good look at that one, but Nate Schmidt with a good stick defensively kept him from getting a shot on net there. That might have been a goal.
Well, the Red Wings a little bit dangerous. 1-0 lead for the Utah Mammoth. Schmidt got it off his stick and in behind the Red Wing goal. Buck caromed off the boards, and it comes out to center ice.
18-11 shots here in the second period. Red Wings, I like their energy here. This one's going to go down for icing, but some good looks here. Larkin mentioned on the doorstep there. Nate Schmidt just gets a stick on him, but they've had some good looks here and some good energy in the second period, although Utah has got that first goal of the game.
Well, tonight's broadcast brought to you by Meijer. Meijer is the official grocer of the Detroit Red Wings radio network. Meijer brings more good to hometown hockey. Wings got to get some flow to their game. It seems like it's been a little bit choppy here in the second period.
Yeah, it has. It's been a little bit up and down. I think both teams would like to play a little bit more in the offensive zone, and if you're the Red Wings, certainly that's the case. A little bit of up and down action here.
Now the Wings, Johansson with a shot, and that's deflected out of play off the stick of Yamamoto and into the protective netting behind Vamelka.
Like Johansson and Bernard Docker, this pair, they move the puck well. They're good skaters. They see the ice well. Johansson with that one dragging it across the blue line, but it just got deflected up and over the netting there behind Vamelka.
How much of an advantage is it for a defenseman, say yourself, playing with a partner that you enjoy playing with? And, is it difficult when you have to play with different partners throughout the course of a game?
It can be, for sure. We talked about the chemistry between players earlier, and I think whenever you can play with a guy a long time, you know their tendencies, you know where they like to be, and where to put yourself to be in good position for them.
Lawson Krause got it out to center ice, now over the line. Here's Hayton. Moving it back. Hayton got the feed again from the right side, shot it wide of the goal. It was Sergachev who gave him the pass. Sergachev from the blue line. Fired one way wide of the goal. The rebound, Dersey holding it in, turns, fires, looking for a tip in front. It ended up along the near side wing. And the Wings will just shovel it all the way back across the Utah line. They wave the icing off and then allow Detroit to change on the go. Leighton Keller's goal the difference. It's 1-0 Utah. Out at center ice, Jack McBain to dump it in behind the Red Wing goal. Larkin in the corner. Lost the handle of it on a backhand. Boot played it behind the goal. Carcone with a centering attempt, and now we got a penalty call coming up to Detroit.
It's going to be on Edmondson, I think. He doesn't like it.
6:35 will be the time of the minor penalty to Simon Edmondson.
I think he got Carcone with a high stick.
Nope, they're going to call it hooking.
Okay.
But it's a stick infraction, and when we come back, Utah will try to add to their 1-0 lead over the Red Wings. 13:25 to go in the second period. This is your home for Detroit Red Wings hockey, presented by LMCU. You'll love banking here.
After beating colon cancer, I'm turning setbacks into comebacks. I am Henry.
I'm pain-free and at full strength after spine surgery. I am Henry.
A life-saving delivery ensured my shift could continue. I am Henry.
When you need care to get you back on your game, trust the only care team chosen as the official team physicians for the Detroit Red Wings. Henry Ford Health.
We are Henry.
Hey, hockey fans, get ready to launch your game day experience to another dimension with New Holland Brewery's family of beers, available here at Little Caesars Arena. Whether it's their top-selling Tangerine Space Machine IPA or the legendary Dragon's Milk Stout, New Holland has you covered. Proudly brewed in Holland, Michigan, you can find New Holland beers available throughout the arena and featured at the New Holland Bar on the upper concourse across from Portal 56. Let's go Wings!
America's favorite place to watch sports is Stadium Swim, located at Circa Resort and Casino. Catch all the biggest games at a viewing experience built for sports fans. Chill in one of our 6 pools on 3 different levels for a perfect view of our massive screen. Located at Circa Resort and Casino in downtown Las Vegas on Fremont Street. Stadium Swim. Book your spot today at circalasvegas.com.
Penalty kill will be tested here.
17 minutes and 45 seconds in case you're keeping score with us at home. The time of the penalty to Soderblom, and this Red Wing penalty kill, second of the game, brought to you by Corewell Health. No matter the challenge, their response is always the same: we can. Well, you don't want to give up one right here at the end of the period and make it a 3-goal deficit.
No, their last penalty kill attempt was really good. Anytime you have Schmaltz and Keller out there on the man advantage, they're going to be dangerous. So got to take some of their options away if you can here.
J.J. Peterka out on the ice, too, on this power play opportunity. Schmaltz holds it in by putting his body against the glass on the clearing attempt by Detroit. Sergachev laid it over on the right point to Schmaltz. Throws it to Keller. Right face-off circle in the Red Wing zone. They get it set up down low. Pass to Sergachev. Left circle feed. Gunther with a slapper. That's blocked. Ends up in the left corner. Gunther to chase it down. Wings poke at it. Sergachev holds it in. Fires it into the corner. Sherratt races after it. Keller got there first to wing it around the boards. Now the Wings will pick it up, and here comes Larkin. 1-on-2 up across the line, trying to make something happen. Larkin put on the brakes, sends it in the slot. Moving in is Rasmussen. Bounced off his stick blade, and Keller quickly comes back the other way. In over the Red Wing line, pushed it over on the right side. Schmaltz is hit hard by Seider as he tried to work his way into the corner. Big stiff check there by Mo Seider.
Good hit there by Seider.
Now it's sent into the high slot, and Larkin will just fire it all the way down the ice. Well, sometimes a hit like that can get you motivated. Now the Red Wings Comfer, he's bowled over. And Sean Dursey cuts out in front of Amelka. Lays it up the left side to Hayton. Out the center ice it comes. Dursey tapping it over the line to Boot. Into the corner. Boot turned it over. Now Comfer laid it up the left wing wall, and the Red Wings will pick it up and fire it down the ice. Foot race for it. Mo Seider going after it. Knocked down Dursey. Pushed him along the end boards, and Dursey's hurt.
Called penalty, I think.
And the play is stopped in behind the Utah net. I don't know. Seider went in there and just pushed him down, and Dursey went crashing in along the end boards. And a penalty call coming up to Mo Seider of Detroit. They did kind of slash him in the leg a little bit.
He gave him a little bit of a bump. They're kind of battling for that puck. He gave him a little bit of a cross check and kind of knocked Dursey down. And he went flying into the boards. So Seider doesn't like that. He thinks he just kind of out-muscled him. Little bit of a cross check. Sometimes those go, they get called some nights, and some nights they don't. They're calling that one.
Yeah, and it looked like he got him on the wrist right there. And, Dursey was hurt. So it's a 2-man advantage for 29 seconds, 44 seconds to go in the second period. And a big face-off coming up to the left of Cam Talbot.
Big face-off, special teams. This face-off is extremely important if the Red Wings can get a clear here.
Red Wing penalty kill brought to you by Corewell Health. No matter the challenge, their response is always the same: we can. Here's Sergachev, middle of the blue line. Seider in the penalty box for cross-checking. Keller in the high slot, pushed it over right side. Peterka now to Schmaltz. He misfires on it, and clearing the zone, Ben Sherratt. Now Sergachev winding up, 20 seconds to go in the period. Hands it ahead to Clayton Keller over the line to Nick Schmaltz. Schmaltz taking his time, passes to Keller, now to Sergachev. Shot the puck, blocked in front. Now Larkin.
Soderblom.
Out of the box, Soderblom, and it comes up across the line. Just couldn't find him, and now Gunther right back across the line. Drops it back to Nick Schmaltz, left circle, into the slot. Peterka with a shot. Talbot makes the save, and there goes the horn. So they get a scoring chance right before the final horn to end the second period.
Good
but
save.
The Utah Mammoth, no, look out, wait a minute. We got Larkin and O'Brien pushing at each other. Brian's got the spinach chin going right there, and he's yelling
think he hopped off the bench there. It's a jaw at Larkin. Larkin didn't like that, gave him a little shot. Both teams are clearing the ice here for the intermission.
Well, it's 2 periods in the books. Keller and McBain with the goals, both even strength goals. And after 40 minutes here in Detroit, Utah with a 2-0 lead over the Red Wings.
Red Wings are still going to be shorthanded going into the third. They got the first kill there for Soderblom, but they're still going to be short when we start the third. But it's just been a game of special teams right now, and Red Wings power play hasn't been up to the task, where Utah's penalty kill has, and they're going to get Utah's power play a chance here to start the third as well.
A fresh sheet of ice to boot, so they'll have a clean sheet of ice to maneuver that puck when we start the third period. Shots on goal in the second period brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota Let's Go places 8 shots by Utah. They scored twice on Talbot on those 8 shots. 2-period total of 16. Red Wings had 12 on Pavelka. 2-period total of 23. The Red Wings just look a little bit sluggish here in this hockey game. I guess that's the assessment after 40 minutes from my vantage point up here.
They certainly do. I think at times they've had good energy. In the first period there, about halfway through, they seem to get their legs, but then they've had a few too many lulls here and there that have really affected their game. And I think Utah right now is playing a good road game. Their penalty kill has been really good, and they're clogging up the neutral zone. The Red Wings are having a hard time of coming cleanly through the neutral zone and getting into the Utah defensive end there. So that's hurting the Red Wings right now as well.
Player interviews all season long brought to you by Meijer. Meijer brings more good to hometown hockey, and all of our reviews this season are brought to you by 1-800-CALL-SAM. All right, as we approach the top of the hour here, let's pause 10 seconds.
Seguin lost it to Scheifele. Scheifele with 2-on-1. Scheifele scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Well, Dan, that power play that's been effective for the Red Wings. They had 2 power play goals yesterday in the third period, and their win over the New York Islanders just not clicking right now, and they got to get something going there.
No, it's not. And Lawson Krause and Kevin Stenlin, 2 of the Utah penalty killers, their forwards there, are really causing issues for the Red Wings power play. Those are 2 big guys. They have long reach. They get into those passing lanes, into those shooting lanes, and they're making it hard on the Red Wings power play right now. So you might see some adjustments in this third period. Obviously, there's no Kane out here tonight, and that certainly doesn't help your power play when he's out of the lineup. But they're going to have to make some adjustments and try to get some good looks against Pavelka.
Hey, fans, bring the whole family downtown for Kids Day, January 3rd, afternoon game against the Pittsburgh Penguins. You can score your tickets for that hockey game at DetroitRedWings.com/tickets. In the second intermission, and the Utah Mammoth with a 2-0 lead over the Red Wings with 20 minutes yet to be played. Second period break is brought to you by Rocket Mortgage, helping more Americans own more of America. Your journey home starts at RocketMortgage.com. Rocket, own the dream. Jeff Riegers in our 1-800-CALL-SAM studios. He is coming up next. This is your home for Detroit Red Wings hockey, presented by LMCU. You'll love banking here.
In hockey, every win is earned. And at home, the victories are just as real. With J.P. Weiser's whiskey in hand, every moment feels like a win. From midweek matchups to do-or-die Game 7s, Weiser's is there. From the first puck drop to the final buzzer, we're all in. Because it's not just about the team on the ice. Here, it's about us. And when we gather with J.P. Weiser's whiskey for game time, that's a W. J.P. Weiser's, the official Canadian whiskey of the Detroit Red Wings.
Shop Meijer and bring more special savings to your family's holiday season. Savory Meijer Spiral Sliced Half Ham is now 89 cents a pound. Limit 1 per customer. Russet potatoes are just $1.49 for a 5-pound bag. And Land O'Lakes butter is $3.49. Complete your holiday meal with Meijer brand hot deals on select varieties of Meijer canned vegetables, only 49 cents each. Make the holidays a good deal better with low prices and Meijer brand hot deals. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
I'm so tired of boring game day food.
Little Caesar's Deal Deal here. Get Stuffed Crunch Crust. It's a cheesy, crunchy crust that's only $9.49, making it the lowest price in stuffed crust.
Oh, dear. So cute.
Cute? I have a PhD, which stands for Pretty Huge Deals. Get a large stuffed crunch crust for $9.49. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza, pizza. Lowest price compared to other national pizza chains. Available participating locations for a limited time. Prices may vary.
At Rocket, we believe everyone deserves their shot at the American dream. So if you're feeling locked out of home ownership, we're here to give you back the keys. We're opening doors, breaking down walls, and doing everything we can to turn renters into owners. And we're not going to stop until we help everyone home. To find out more, visit rocket.com. Rocket, own the dream.
Life is beautiful and fragile. We fall. We get tired. And sometimes we get sick. But with Corewell Health, we are also strong. We fight disease. We battle cancer. We come together. We come back. We push forward. When the body breaks, we break through. Corewell Health. We can.
Back 1-800-CALL-SAM Studio 2-0 Mammoth. That's after 40 minutes of action. Check the scoring summary brought to you by McLaren and the Carmanis Cancer Institute. Your best chance. Clayton Keller started the scoring in the second period, 1:44 in. 11th of the season. Smoltz and Paterko with the assist. 1-0 Utah.
Pass right side to Schmaltz. Fired the shot. Rebound chance, and Keller scores. Clayton Keller on the rebound after Talbot made the save, fires it in, and it's 1-0 Utah.
About 12 minutes later, Utah, another one. Jack McBain this time, number 4 on the season, 2-0 Utah.
Wings 0 for 3 on the power play. Jersey with a shot, wide of the goal. Rebound Carcone with a centering attempt, and they score the goal. Jack McBain moved into the left side of the goal. Fired it home, and it's 2-0 Utah.
2-0 after 40 minutes of action. Shots on goal in favor of the Wings, 23-17. Hits in favor of the Mammoth, 11-8. Face-offs 1 in favor of the Wings by 1, 17-16. And both teams are 0 for 3 on the power play. 2-0 Mammoth. That's after 40 minutes of action. Come back, talk to Danny DeKaiser, where you're listening to Detroit Red Wings hockey.
Want to watch your Detroit Red Wings from a box seat with 5 friends? Now is your shot with the Hockeytown Loge Box Giveaway. Powered by Upside, you could win a home game box experience or a signed puck from a current Red Wings player. To enter, download the free Upside app and use promo code REDWINGS. That's promo code REDWINGS. Upside lets you earn cash back on the things you already buy, like gas, groceries, and dining. They've given more than $1 billion in cash back, with frequent users earning about $250 a year. That's $250 a year of earning cash back on your gas, grocery, and dining routine. Now with Upside, Hockeytown fans get a shot at the ultimate Wings experience plus everyday cash back. Talk about a win-win. Enter by December 29th for a chance to win Wings box seats for you and 5 friends. Get the free Upside app and use promo code REDWINGS. No purchase necessary. See rules at upside.com/hockeytown for details and terms. By entering, you are agreeing to the sweepstakes rules.
So here's the thing about Sheetz. We're not just another gas station or convenience store. We're family owned. Been that way since 1952. And when we open our doors, we're bringing more than food and fuel. We're bringing jobs, clean, safe rest stops, and place for early risers, night owls, and everybody in between. From your morning coffee to your midnight cravings, we got you. All day, every day. Come through and say hi. We'll be here cranking out sandwiches and snacks like it's our job. Because, you know, it is. Sheetz. Now open, always here. Why the Sheetz not?
Pella Window and Door Replacement is a proud sponsor of the Detroit Red Wings. Visit Pella.com to learn more.
Welcome on back. 1-800-CALL-SAM Studio 2-0 Mammoth after 40 minutes of action. Time now for the intermission conversation brought to you by Meijer. Meijer brings more good to hometown hockey. Get you back to Little Caesars Arena, the broadcast booth. Dan DeKaiser filling in for Paul Wood, standing by. What's going on, Dan?
Hey, not too much. How you guys doing?
Wonderful. Give me your thoughts so far through 40 minutes of this one. Is this one of the tougher games that an NHL player has to play? I mean, the Wings were in Western Canada all last week for a 6-game road trip. They come home, they play yesterday, and then a back-to-back. I heard Dylan Larkin talking about a game like this. These are the toughest ones. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I do agree. You're out on the West Coast. I think they had a 5 or 6 game road trip. They started in Columbus. They bounce around out west for a little bit. Then they come back and finish the road trip in Chicago before coming home. And then they have a couple days off. And they played a really solid game against the Islanders last night.
Yeah.
And this is the one, though, like I'm sure Larkin's talking about it, where you win last night and then, boom, you're right back into it on a back-to-back situation tonight. I know that Utah played and they lost last night, so they were going to be coming in here hungry for a win as well. So yeah, definitely one of those games that as a player it can be a tough one.
Despite being down 2-0, what have you liked the most during this stretch that has propelled the Wings into first place in the Atlantic? And they picked up 9 of a possible 12 points on that road trip. That's not an easy thing to do.
No, and they were going into some tough environments, and we mentioned the time change when you're flying out west and you're trying to get used to that, and you're always constantly getting in late and in a different time zone. But they played really well. The biggest key, I think, was they were getting excellent goaltending and they were getting timely scoring. We talked about DeBrincat earlier. He's been so red hot lately, on pace for almost 50 goals or something like that at this point. And when you get to him the puck and he just creates those chances, he's deadly when he gets in the slot and can pick those corners and make goalies pay for mistakes and teams pay and the other team's penalty kill as well. It hasn't happened here tonight so far. Wings are just kind of a step behind, a little bit sluggish tonight, but they do have some time, and we've seen some of their late game comeback wins this year several times, so they're going to need one of those here tonight.
Yeah, you saw it yesterday. 3 goals against Ilya Sorokin in the third period. First time all season long that the New York netminder gave up 3 in the third period. But I kind of think, and I look at the Wings, and it seems like they're blocking a ton of shots as well. They had 19 yesterday. They had 20, it seemed like, every game. You were a defenseman. You blocked a ton of shots. Do you have one that sticks in your mind of the most painful block shot, and who did it come from?
I do, and I remember it vividly. It was I was on the penalty kill, and I stepped out. Stamkos stepped into a one-timer, and I was in front of the puck. I was in the lane, and it caught me just above my glove, and got me on the lower arm, and that put me out for 6 weeks. So
wow!
I've had a few of those over the course of my career, and I know these guys. I have so much respect for the guys that are stepping in front of some of these shots. Stamkos, Ovechkin, a few of the big bombers, Kucherov, guys with big-time shots. It's not an easy job to do that on the penalty kill. You're sacrificing your body, and a lot of times you pay for it with an injury, and boom, you're out for a month. But those are the types of things that you have to do if you want to have a successful penalty kill, because the more pucks you can block in front of your goalie, the less saves that he has to make. And I know the goalies really appreciate all the effort that the guys put in front of them as well.
Dan, you played in the league for a while. Who was the toughest forward you ever had to go against? I mean, you played against the greats.
Yeah, I would say McKinnon and McDavid, those two guys they're such a special elite talents. And McDavid's so fast, he gets up and down the ice, and McKinnon's the same way. Maybe not quite as fast as McDavid, but he's a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger down low, and man, he can really skate. So those are the guys that when you're out there against them, you really have to pay attention and know where they're at on the ice at all times, and just kind of play it safe a little bit. Don't cheat for offense when those guys are on the ice, because their goalie makes a save, the puck's coming right back the other way, and they're getting a grade A chance against you. So you try to limit those types of chances against as much as possible. You're not going to take away every chance because those guys are so elite, but you try to limit them as much as you can.
Dan, I got one last one for you. You played at Western Michigan for 3 years before joining the Red Wings. Did you go to the national championship game last year? Were you surprised that your alma mater won it all? Talk about those feelings. I'm still shocked that happened.
Yeah, well, it was such a great year. So I was down for the semifinals game against Denver. I had some stuff going on 2 days later on that Saturday game when they played BU and beat them. So unfortunately, I couldn't be there. But man, that was such a special run and an awesome run that they had. And a lot of people are surprised by it. I've been around the program for so long now, I could kind of tell what they were building with some of the talent that they were getting in. and the coaching staff that they have there, led by Pat Firstweiler, and they're doing such a good job there. They got some injuries. They're a little banged up this year, so I think they're 12th in the country right now. But it's all about getting into that tournament and making some noise. You win the first two games, and that first weekend of the tournament, and boom, you're in the Frozen Four. And we know anything can happen from there with single elimination games. But it takes a little bit of luck, and it takes a good season, and it takes staying healthy as well. Kind of similar to all playoff runs in various different sports as well.
Insane that they did it with no NIL money either. Dan DeKaiser, great stuff. We appreciate it. Filling in for Paul Woods today. We'll catch you in the third period. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
The great Dan DeKaiser. Coming up next, the Out-of-Town Scoreboard. You're listening to Detroit Red Wings Hockey.
Check out the spectacular lease offers at Jack Demmer Ford. This month, Ford AZ customers can get a 36-month lease on the 2025 F-150 Super Crew Hybrid 4x4 for just $369 a month, with $369 due at signing and no security deposit required. Includes $22.50 open trade assist, $750 in ICI alternative, $1,000 in RCL cash, $1,000 in renewal conquest cash, and $500 AXZD BFG open bonus cash, and $1,000 final days mega bonus cash. Hurry, offer ends January 5th. Visit jdemmerford.com or discover the Demmer difference at Jack Demmer Ford on Michigan Avenue, a mile and a half east of I-275 in Wayne.
Hockeytown. The action is always fast, hard-hitting, and unforgettable. And now you can raise your game day experience with carbless, handcrafted cocktails. Available right here at Little Caesars Arena, carbless is 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and only 100 calories. So you can keep the energy high from puck drop to the final horn. Whether it's a power play, a big save, or a game-winning goal, celebrate it with the clean, refreshing taste of carbless. Find your bliss tonight at the rink or anytime at drinkcarbless.com. Carbless, crafted for hockey nights in Detroit.
Dangle, Snipe, and Selly. Keep your car sparkling clean and wash all you want starting at just $20 a month at any Clean Express Auto Wash. Or be like Al and enjoy 4 times the shine and 4 times the protection with our Ceramic 4 Ultra Unlimited Wash Club membership for just $40. Wash twice a month and it pays for itself. Do you drive clean? The Detroit Red Wings do. For locations, hours, or to buy online, visit cleanexpresswash.com today. Go Red Wings!
From Novi to Royal Oak and down to Woodhaven and even Windsor, Ashley has Detroit covered when it comes to affordable, high-quality furniture and unbelievably comfortable mattresses. After nearly 20 years in the community, Ashley is proud to be the first official furniture and mattress partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Shop any of our 7 Metro Detroit locations and mention this partnership to receive 20% off your purchase. Some exclusions apply. Visit us today and help support the Red Wings this season. Only at Ashley.
Crystal here from Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, the official HVAC partner of the Detroit Red Wings. When wings bring the heat, we keep your home cozy all season. Go to familyheating.com.
Welcome on back. 1-800-CALL-SAM Studio. Go ahead, check the Out-of-Town Scoreboard brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Rocket Mortgage, helping more Americans own more of America. Your journey home starts at rocketmortgage.com. Rocket, own the dream. Games going on right now. Panthers have been playing some good hockey. They're winning 3-2 over the Kings. Third period. Sam Bennett, goal number 11 this season. Jets and Blues, they're scoreless in the second period. Hurricanes on top of the Preds. 1-0 Music City. Second period. Jackson Blake gets goal number 9 in that one. 10 o'clock in about a half hour. Devils and Golden Knights in Sin City. Let's get you back. Third period. Wings some work to do. They trail the Mammoth 2-0. Dan DeKaiser, Ken Kale. Fellas, take it away.
All right, Jeff, thanks a lot. The Utah Mammoth will start this period on the power play. Minute 16 remaining in the minor penalty. Sider went off late in that second period for cross-checking. Looking at the numbers, the Utah Mammoth, when leading after 2 periods this year, their record 9-1-1. Red Wings when trailing after 2, 3-10-2. The Red Wings will need to come back here like they did last night to beat the Islanders and come back to beat this Utah Mammoth Hockey Club. Third period underway as they shoot it into the Detroit zone. Larkin will feather that puck around the right side. Dersey holds it in. Dersey now stick handles with the puck at the right point, throwing it down low into the corner. Hayton got it back on the line to Dersey again. Skates over, middle of the blue line. Drops it off now. Long shot by Carcone. That one deflected in front of Talbot. That one ends up along the far boards. Now it's intercepted, shorthanded. The Wings come back. And backhanding the puck all the way down the ice, Jacob Bernard Docker. And now the Red Wings will change their penalty killers. Half a minute to go in the minor penalty to Sider.
Good clear there. Red Wings penalty kill 8. They got to get out of this this sequence here. And Utah, you mentioned 9-1-1 when leading after 2. It's not going to be an easy comeback, but they're going to have to start somewhere.
We'd like to get an early goal here in this third period. Once that penalty is over to Sider. Schmaltz laid it back on the line. Now to Marino. Back to Schmaltz. Outside rim of the right circle. Down low it comes. Schmaltz now one-time shot. Fired it wide. And Marino couldn't get the rebound off the end boards. Penalty is over. Sider races over to the end of the Red Wing bench, and the Wings are at full strength.
Schmaltz with that big slapper, and that's the only problem with missing the net on the far side. Sometimes that one goes all the way around the boards and back behind his own net.
Wings break up a long bomb pass at center. Now Peterka to dump that puck in behind the Red Wing goal. Utah changing on the go as the Wings bring it ahead. Raymond, stutter step move at center, carries over the blue line. Slings it into the left corner. Now it's Ben Sherratt trying to play that puck deep into the corner. Got away from him. Down the ice it goes into the Red Wing zone. Sherratt will pick it up in the corner, feather it out to center ice to Finney, tapping it to the Utah blue line. Stenlin wrapped it right back into the Red Wing zone. Now it's Sandine Pellica rolling it around the wing, and this time Raymond will dump that puck, and I think that hit a player on the Utah bench, and therefore the whistle. Play 2 minutes and 6 seconds of the third period, still a 2-0 lead for Utah.
On a lot of the Red Wings' third period comeback wins this year, it seems like a lot of the games kind of feel this way, and then all of a sudden, even if they're down 1 or 2 goals, they put that first goal in, and then you hear this building start to come alive. And I think that's something that can certainly happen, but they got to get that first one past Vejmelka here and get everybody in the building to get their energy going as well.
Nice third period brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. If they can get that first goal here, the crowd will go wild and give this team some momentum. Kopp out there for Detroit, lost the face-off, comes back towards the left point, now shoveled Gunther in behind the Red Wing goal. Twisting and turning, moves deeper into that far corner. Now brings it to the line. Kopp missed him with a check. Gunther shoots the puck, Talbot the save, and he will hang on to it, and a quick whistle.
Good play by Gunther there. He had held on to that puck for, felt like an eternity in the Red Wing zone there, and he started the corner, went behind the net all the way up to the blue line, and then he made a nice little stutter step move on Kopp to get around him and to free himself up for that chance.
Yeah, I was just thinking of the Red Wing power play tonight, and Tom McLean preaches about shooting the puck, getting it to the net instead of looking for that perfect pass and perfect goal. And I didn't really see too much of that in that first couple of power plays for Detroit.
No, when you start with the shot, it usually opens up things after that. But if plays can happen because they know you're ready to shoot. A lot of times, sometimes you got to just get those pucks onto the net.
2-goal lead for Utah. The Red Wings pick it up. Sider wrapping it out to center ice. Boot played it up across the line. Left side, Carcone with a wrister wide of the goal. Been pretty involved tonight, Carcone, and now the Red Wings will pick it up again in that far corner. Edmondson, Carcone took it away. Second effort, Rasmussen chopped it out to center ice. The pass was behind JT Compher. Now over the line, Carcone swings it over, right side. And McBain with a wrist shot, got it on goal. Talbot the save, and another penalty coming up to Detroit, this time for tripping.
Gonna get JT Compher on that one, coming through the neutral zone.
2-minute minor for tripping.
2 minutes and 54 seconds, the time of the tripping call to Compher, and you got to stay out of the penalty box.
Yeah, it's one of those where he's just reaching for the puck, and unfortunately gets his stick onto the skates of the Utah player. He goes right down. It's a pretty easy call for the ref to make on that one.
All of our plays under review this season are brought to you by 1-800-CALL-SAM. And this Red Wings penalty kill is brought to you by Corewell Health. No matter the challenge, the response is always the same: we can. Bernard Docker from the draw, trying to pin that puck in along the corner boards. Now it's worked free by Schmaltz, and he'll dump it up the boards. Nobody at the left point. Sergachev calmly will scoop it up inside his own end. Well, you don't want to give up a power play here as it's 2-0 Utah. Outside rim of the right circle, J.J. Peterka sets up shot, moves it down low. Keller, bottom of the right circle, throws it back in the line to Sergachev, to Clayton Keller with a one-time shot, and that's blocked out in front. And he hit his own player, Peterka, right there, as Schmaltz will fire it around the boards. Gunther holds it in. Sergachev, feed past Keller, left circle. Throws it into the slot, comes back to Keller. Rink wide feed, broken up by Finney in the slot, and racing out the center skates Kopp across the red line and hammers it in to the Utah zone.
Good play there by Finney and Kopp to get that one down the ice. But Sergachev, always so dangerous. We watch him for so many years with Tampa Bay. He's so good up top on the power play and moving his feet across the blue line, keeping his eyes on the net and setting up his teammates there for one-timers.
There's Lawson Krause moving into the Red Wing zone, bumped into a Red Wing player. Sider will rifle that puck around the boards and shoot it all the way down the ice. Just 40 seconds to go. In the minor penalty to JT Comfort. 15:40 to go in the third period. 2-0 lead for Utah. Krause will fire the puck from the blue line around the boards and behind the Red Wing goal. Sider took a whack at it. Larkin trying to pin that puck in along the boards. Now Boot sends it over. Right circle feed. A shot off the goalpost. Right there by Carcone. He hit the iron right there. Dursey slides it over to Boot. Into the slot. Boot fired the shot. That's deflected off the stick of Rasmussen and out of play.
Good stick there by Rasmussen. But you mentioned Carcone a couple of minutes ago. I don't know how many times you've said his name tonight, but it's been a countless amount, and he's all over the ice. Hit the crossbar early in the first. Hit the post there. Set up a goal earlier, so he's been all over the ice tonight.
Yeah, he's been trouble for the Red Wings, no doubt about it. And this Utah team, they've got some pretty solid hockey players. We mentioned they got off to a really good start. Coming into tonight's hockey game, 2 points out of that final wild card spot in the Western Conference. They've only won 2 hockey games in their last 6. And the Red Wings trail 2-0, and the Wings want to get back into this one. Penalty is over. Comfer is back on. So the penalty killer's doing the job here for the Red Wings. Now the Wings want to spend some time in that Utah zone. Kopp will pick it up for Detroit. Pass out the center. Johansson now to Comfer, and he'll roll that puck in behind the net. Vamelka sticked it into the corner. Sean Dursey almost had it taken away by Kopp. Rink wide feed bounces to the Red Wing blue line. Johansson hammers it ahead. Kopp up across the line. He's covered, and now Studlin will move that puck across. Dursey got it out to O'Brien. He's checked at the Detroit blue line and rolls it into the corner. Now the puck dug loose by Detroit, now stolen by Stenlund. Down low it goes, in behind the goal, a centering attempt, and intercepting in front of the net was Lucas Raymond. Raymond starts the attack for Detroit, rolls it up the right side boards for Sherratt. Chipped it up across the line. It seems like every time the Red Wings have a player going into the Utah zone, they're covered by 2 or maybe 3 Mammoths.
Utah's just doing such a good job through that neutral zone. The Red Wings don't have much going on. A lot of turnovers going back right towards Cam Talbot's end.
13:55 to go, third period, 2-0 lead, and now Ian Cole to feather that puck in behind the goal. He was hit by Sider after delivering it into the Red Wing end. Carcone, a low bridge, one of the Red Wing players. Sider check on his man. Now Edvinsson swings it on the reverse to Sider, who now marches out in front of his own goal. Tape-to-tape pass, left wing boards for Edvinsson. Back to Sider in front of the Red Wing bench. Sider crosses the red line, shoots it in off the stick of Vamelka. Soderblom is tripped up. The play continues in the corner. Out to center ice, Boot will pick it up now and roll that puck softly into the corner in the Red Wing zone. Boot ran over Johansson. Now Van Riemsdyk will bring that puck out to center ice. Backhands it up across the Utah blue line. Sergachev behind the net, shovels it around the boards. Now it comes back to Johansson at the line. Shoots the puck through traffic. That went over the top of the goal. Puck bounces now to Clayton Keller. Out to center ice it comes. J.J. Peterka couldn't get away from Johansson. Quick pass over the line. Here's Van Riemsdyk moving in, and he fired it wide to the far goal post.
What a play by Johansson there, taking that puck from Peterka and turning it right up. A quick transition. That's what the Red Wings need. They get that puck, quick transition through the neutral zone. He was able to get that up to the forwards for a good chance.
The Red Wings need to find the jump right here as Larkin will bring it ahead over the line, pushes the D back, throws it into the corner, goes after it himself in the Utah zone. Back of the line here is Sandin Pellikka with a wrist shot, stopped with a blocker of Vamelka. In deep for Detroit, Raymond behind the net. Now Marino comes away with the puck and taps it forward, up the right wing, out to center ice. Ben Sherratt lays it ahead to Larkin, now to Finney, quickly to Raymond. Raymond fires that puck into the Utah zone. Finney is down in that near circle, and apparently he got sticked or something as that puck rolls down to Marino, feathers it around the boards to Ian Cole. Shot it out to center ice. Larkin between both players' benches. Check to the ice. by Kraus. Kraus now shoves him down, and Kraus going to get a penalty here. One too many shots at Dylan Larkin. The play is stopped inside the Red Wing zone.
Physicality picking up here in this third period. They're gonna get Kraus for going a little overboard here.
Roughing is the call. Just one too many shots. He was going to let it go, and then he got the last one in. Kraus did.
Yeah, they got tangled up a little bit in front of the bench, and like you said, Kraus with just one too many shots.
So we'll be back with a Red Wing power play. Wings will need to cash in here with the man advantage, get back into this game. 11:48 to go in regulation. Utah 2, Red Wings nothing. This is your home for Detroit Red Wings hockey, presented by LMCU. You'll love banking here.
I'm Dan Campbell, head coach of the Detroit Lions. I know from experience, a football team is like a family. You trust each other, you support each other, you rely on each other. That's how it is in life, especially when you've been hurt in an accident. You don't call just anyone. You turn to family for help when you're injured. And everyone knows the Bernsteins will treat you like family. And you can trust them like family. They're Michigan's first family of law for a reason. Get the Bernstein advantage. After all, we're all family around here.
Injured? 1-800-CALL-SAM.
I'm so tired of boring game day food.
Little Caesars Deal Deer here. Get Stuffed Crunch Crust. It's a cheesy, crunchy crust that's only $9.49, making it the lowest price in stuffed crust.
Oh, dear. So cute.
Cute? I have a PhD, which stands for Pretty Huge Deals. Get a large Stuffed Crunch Crust for $9.49. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza. Lowest price compared to other national pizza chains. Available participating locations for a limited time. Prices may vary.
We are Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Red Wings. For over 70 years, Feiger Law has been your hometown team of trial lawyers for auto crashes, truck accidents, birth trauma, and injuries due to medical malpractice. Let our team of homegrown trial lawyers win big for you. Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Red Wings. All we do is win.
All we do is win.
Opportunity for the Red Wings right here. Kraus off for roughing at 8-12. Red Wings on their fourth power play, trailing 2-0 to Utah. Red Wing man advantage brought to you by Carbliss, the preferred ready-to-drink canned cocktail of your Detroit Red Wings. And from the draw, the puck is lifted down the ice by the Mammoth.
So important are those special teams face-offs. Mammoth able to get that and clear it right down.
Let's kill clock here as Larkin will bring it ahead up across the line, hands it off to Van Riemsdyk. Backhands it to the line to Seider. Now to DeBrincat. Quickly across to Raymond to Seider with a shot. Tipped in front by Van Riemsdyk, but wide of the goal.
Like that, though. A good shooting mentality to start right away.
Seider shoots the puck through traffic. That one ends up in the corners. Van Riemsdyk trying to block the vision of Vamelka as he cut out in front. DeBrincat to the line. Seider shoots the puck. Tipped in front. Larkin on the rebound. Had it knocked away, and it's cleared by Marino the length of the ice.
Couple good shots there by Seider from the blue line. Some traffic in front as well, giving the Wings a chance at some of those rebounds.
Now here comes Sandin Pellikka, dropping it to the trailer to bring it to Finney. Speeding over the Utah line, pass too far in front of Kopp, and it's cleared away by Marino all the way down the ice to Talbot. So 50 seconds to go in the Red Wing power play. Crowd a little bit quiet here, 2-0 lead for Utah. Danielson will try, brings it up across the line, now to Leonard. Into the right corner, pulls up, then tried to play it to the line. It was intercepted and shot by Gunther all the way to Cam Talbot.
Another good stick there by Gunther, knocking that pass down, going to the blue line, and then they're able to clear that one down. Only 30 seconds left.
Danielson feathers it in behind the Utah goal. Ian Cole checked by Kopp. Wings trying to dig it free. Kopp is bowled over, back and behind the net. Stumbling a little bit. Here's a feed in front. Finney scores! Leonard found Finney. And Finney scores the power play goal, and the Red Wings are back in it. Utah 2 and the Red Wings
1. Well, that's what you need if you're the Red Wings right now. That is a timely power play goal. We talked about that earlier, Ken, and this starts by just getting the puck into the Utah zone behind the net and going to work. Kopp and Danielson, Leonard, they end up winning this battle. Leonard pulls the puck out of the pile and finds Finney, who does a really good job of finding the soft spot on the Utah D. He doesn't cover himself by getting too close to the net front there. He kind of stays out in the slot. And how about Leonard? What a great pass. Right to Finney. One time's at home, and it's 2-1.
29 points for Leonard in Grand Rapids this year. And Finney now looked like he wanted to target that puck into the upper right-hand corner right from the get-go. Well, we've got a little confab out at center ice right now.
They're chatting about something.
Well, the Utah Mammoth has called the timeout, says referee Francis Sharon.
Looks like maybe, I don't know if Kopp played that with a hand pass possibly. Could they be thinking about reviewing that?
Well, his glove was on it, but it hit the back of the net and then came over to Leonard, who then centered it in front of Finney. So, might have a little challenge right here.
Yeah, the Utah staff is certainly looking down on the bench at their monitors,
But you know what? Sergachev's stick was there too, and Sergachev may have gotten his stick on it along with the glove.
Yeah, looks like they're gonna let it go. Yeah.
All right, so it's a big goal for the Red Wings on the power play. Finney, Leonard will get one assist. I imagine Kopp will get the other. And now we got a hockey game. Halfway through the third period, 10:05 to go, and the Red Wings finally get one by Vejmelka. And it's 2-1 Utah. Schmaltz waved out of the circle, and Keller goes in for the draw against Comfer, and Comfer wins it cleanly.
You mentioned getting that first goal, Ken, making it a one-goal game, and they hopefully have some energy coming out of that.
Yeah, let's see if they can continue on now with pressure in that Utah zone. All right, Marino in the corner, tied up by Soderblom. Red Wings have been a resilient team all season long. Let's see if they can come back here. They trail by one now, halfway through the third period. Nick Schmaltz trying to, or make that Schmidt trying to dig it free. Soderblom and Keller, it's in behind the goal. Casper laid it to the line. Edmondson fakes the slap shot, moves it out in front. A chance. Vejmelka made the save with Soderblom on the doorstep. Clayton Keller gets the feed, makes his way into the zone. Pass over on the right side off the stick of Peterka. Now the Red Wings come back on a 2-on-2. Casper over the blue line, cuts inside, got a wrister away, and that one ends up in behind the goal. Casper on the rebound. Now Peterka lost his stick, pushes Casper in along the side boards. Play continues along the far wing, and actually that was Nick DeSimone, the defenseman, who lost his stick on the play. Knocked down Casper. 8:55 to go, third period, 1-goal lead for Utah. Red Wings on the attack. Carcone intercepted the puck at the red line. Now over the line skates Boot into the corner. After it, McBain. He's got a goal in the game. Tied up by Sandin Pellikka deep in the corner, the Red Wing end. Carcone lifts it back on the blue line. Now DeSimone will feather that puck around the boards into the far corner. Carcone took a whack at it. Larkin's in there trying to jam it free. McBain with a shot block that comes out to the blue line. Now ripped by Detroit into the Utah zone. Hustling after it. This is an icing call against Detroit. In after was Nick DeSimone and icing the call. That goal by Emmett Finney on the power play was another DTE Energy, like the Lamp goal.
Building's starting to come alive a little bit here. A Let's Go Red Wings chant there from the crowd, and some energy coming from them. And it was a good follow-up shift, too. Edmondson made a nice move on the blue line, goes down the boards and throws one onto the net. And Vejmelka kicked out the rebound there, too.
You got to continue to apply the pressure now. Keep that puck in the offensive zone. Easier said than done, but you want to get them on their heels a little bit. Red Wings dump it in. Now make a quick change. Sergachev will pick it up in behind his own goal. 2-1 in favor of Utah. Big goal by Finney on the power play, making it a 1-goal lead for Utah just moments ago. DeBrincat almost turned it over, comes into the high slot in front of Talbot. Edmondson stick handles out the center, back checking Gunther to intercept, lay it to Dursey. He swings it over on the left side. Now a return feed to Sean Dursey, who taps it off the stick of Krause, who deflected it into the corner of the Red Wing end. Now Leonard, who assisted on that goal by Finney, worked it across and picking it up full stride. Here is Sider over the blue line. Now to Alex DeBrincat, 20 goals on the season, shoots the puck, blocked right out in front of the goal by Ian Cole. Cole didn't clear it out. Sider holds it in. Bangs it back in behind the goal and eluded Vejmelka into the corner. DeSimone to get it up the wing. Yamamoto got it ahead now. Here's O'Brien up across the Red Wing line. 3-on-2. O'Brien with a centering attempt, and that's off the stick of Sider and in behind the net.
Good stick there by Sider to knock that puck away in front.
Stenlund picking it up, slides it out in front of the goal. Comes back towards the blue line. Marino with a shot off a stick wide of the goal. Pass in front to O'Brien. He's covered. And the Wings will pound it off the boards out to center ice. They shoot it back in. They got to tag up. Yamamoto is late getting out. Finally, he gets out to center ice, and the Wings will bring it forward. 6:46 to go in the third. Wings need a goal to tie it. It's 2-1 Utah. Out to center ice, Joe Hansen picking it up inside the Red Wing zone. Watched closely by Carcone. Now out to center, Rasmussen to deflect it in behind the net. Pamelka got it up the wing. Wing steal. Van Riemsdyk knocked it down with his glove, shovels it over right side. Long shot off a stick into the corner. Marino turns, lost it, and a chance by Larkin, shot it wide. Now the Wings handle it again at the left point. Van Riemsdyk turns, fires, and trying to redirect Larkin in front of the goal. Now Van Riemsdyk steals. Here's a chance by Larkin with a shot, and Pamelka made the save. And out to center ice, Carcone to tap it to the Red Wing line.
Good play there by the Red Wings. Just a good shift, hard-working shift. They're down and creating some offense, creating some chaos down low. Pamelka with some good saves, though, as well.
Here's Sean Dursey backhanding it out to center ice. Red Wings pick it up. Sandin Pellikka, but Krause will intercept. He'll shoot it the length of the ice, and this will be an icing call against Utah with 5:39 to go.
Well, some life out of the Red Wings here. Getting their energy, throwing some pucks to the net, getting bodies in front, activating the defense a little bit, getting them up the ice as well. Try to get that fourth man in the rush. That's going to be really important. You're going to see that fourth man, Sider, Edvinsson, Sandin Pellikka, try to jump into the play and see if one of the Red Wing forwards can hit them late, coming into the zone and create a little more offense off the back end.
Wings with a draw. Here's Sherratt from the blue line. Feathers it now to DeBrincat, who turns, fires. It's loose to the side of the goal. Pamelka out of position. Boy, if the Red Wings had somebody there, that's into the half wide open net. Leonard chopped it in behind the goal. Kopp squeezed in behind the net. Hayton trying to come away with the puck, skates into the corner, backhands it off the side glass down into the Detroit end. Won't go far enough for the icing. It's a break for Utah. They get the change as Sherratt quickly lays it ahead. Over the line, Kopp got the feed from DeBrincat. Fires one off a stick into the corner. Raymond dumped it back in the line to Edvinsson. Turns, fires. Pamelka the save. Rebound. Raymond spins with it in the corner. Cuts to the high slot. And finally, Nick Schmaltz to bat it away, and it comes out the center. Foot race for the puck at the Red Wing blue line. Sider controls. Time becoming a factor. 4:45 to go. Third period, 1-goal lead for Utah, 2-1. Finney took the chop at it. It bounces up into the air, and now they battle for it just inside the blue line along the far boards. Now Gunther comes away with a puck, cuts to the high slot, got a shot away, and Talbot made the save. Now Finney turns on the afterburners out to center ice. Hands it ahead to Larkin, off his stick and back the other way. Here comes Krause in over the Red Wing line to dump that puck in behind the goal now to Hayton in the right corner. Hayton turns away from Edvinsson, slides it to the side of the Red Wing goal, knocked away by Dylan Larkin. In the slot now, Hayton with a shot. Oh, a save made, and they score. That one got behind Talbot, and Gunther found it. He was parked off the left side of the goal to bang it home to make it 3-1 Utah. 4:08 to go in the third period. That's a big goal for the Mammoth.
That's a huge goal for the Mammoth right there, and started with a good little play from Mikhail Sergachev, and he hits Hayton, who's kind of found a soft spot in the slot. Talbot makes the save, but it kind of trickles behind him, and Sider knocks it back. It was right on the goal line, so Sider knocks it right off into Talbot's pad, unfortunately, and Gunther's right there to bang that one right into the open net. So tough break for Sider and Talbot there, and good play by the Mammoth. Take that 3-1 lead with 4 minutes left.
Yeah, that puck was going to cross the goal line, and a heads-up play by Sider to clear it away, but deflected off the pad of Talbot right to Gunther, and he bangs it home. So that kind of quiets the crowd. It's a 2-goal lead now, 3-1. Casper tripped up his own man. That was Bernard Docker inside the Utah blue line. Clayton Keller brings it down the ice. Quick pivot. Shoots the puck. Talbot the save. Rebound to Clayton Keller again. Dersey swings it over. Pass now, Keller moving in right circle. In the slot, a one-time shot by Stenlin, and he scores. He beat Talbot from right out in front, right where the hash marks are, and it's now 4-1 Utah.
Good play by Clayton Keller on that one. Stenlin's just in the slot. Puck kind of started on the right blue line. I believe it was Sergachev who threw that over to Keller. And Keller, with some good poise, was able to find Stenlin, who's in that high slot. The big righty one-timer puts it by Danielson, who might have screened Talbot a little bit on that as well. He probably didn't see that one as clearly as he would have liked, and that one's in the back of the net. It's 4-1.
So two quick goals, one by Gunther at 15:52, the other by Stenlin at 16:23, and now it's a 3-goal lead with 3.5 to go. And so this big crowd making their way to the exits with Utah in control. These two teams will meet up in February, right before the Olympic break in Utah. Here's Sherratt with a shot, and Vejmelka made the save. Well, Vejmelka's going to win his third consecutive start. And it was a tightly contested game until just a few moments ago when Utah scored two quick ones to take the commanding 4-1 lead. Van Riemsdyk chopping it down the ice, and this will be an icing call charged against Detroit. I want to alert our network stations, we do have some breaks to make up, and if we don't get them in before the end of the period, we'll have to make them up right at the end of the game.
For the Red Wings, when they got that goal to make it a one-goal game, they had some shifts after that with some spurts of energy, but it just wasn't enough. You got to find that earlier in the game if you're the Wings and try to have that for more of a consistent effort throughout the full 60 minutes.
Puck shot by Dersey to the front of the goal, and it's held on by Cam Talbot. Timeout, 2:53 to go now in regulation. It's all Utah, 4-1 lead over the Red Wings. This is the Detroit Red Wings Radio Network presented by LMCU. You'll love banking here.
The scrape of blades, the clash of sticks. Hockey's more than a game. It's unrelenting, never give up moments that make you feel alive. And so you commit to the weekly ups and downs, the long road to the playoffs. You wear your heart on your sleeve in New Jersey with pride. And when you're there for your team, the NHL shop is there for you. Check out the largest selection of official NHL gear at NHLshop.com. Fanatics experience.
Imagine a world where technology transforms the way we think about our environment. Welcome to Priority, where we're redefining the future of recycling and cleanliness with cutting-edge tech. Our innovative solutions are designed for those who demand smarter, more efficient ways to care for our planet. We're not just ahead of the curve, we're creating it. Ready to join the revolution? Visit PriorityWaste.com and see how we're setting the new standards in the industry. Priority, where technology meets sustainability.
Red Wings fans, get in the game at Dunham Sports to find great savings in every aisle. Since 1937, Dunham's has been bringing Red Wing fans the best values on the brand name sporting goods you want. Dunham's has your favorite brands like Under Armour, Adidas, Champion, Carhartt, Titleist, Bauer, Spalding, Warrior, Nordic Track, and many more at prices that are hard to beat. Get in the game and save at any of the 70 Michigan Dunham Sports locations.
Get in the game at Dunham's.
Oh, you have an opportunity. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Detroit Red Wings radio.
The fastest game on ice. Step on. There's Schmaltz. He's in. Schmaltz to step up. He scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
That was a one-goal game after Finney scored the power play goal at 9:55, but two quick ones, one by Gunther, the next one by Stenlin. And it's now a 4-1 lead for the Utah Mammoth as the Red Wings pick it up inside their own zone out to center. Edmondson to DeBrincat, carries in over the blue line. DeBrincat pulls up, sends it back in the line. Edmondson, quick feed off the stick of Sider, comes out to center ice to Yamamoto. Sticks it over the line to O'Brien, back to Yamamoto. Kopp trying to jam it home. Now O'Brien handles it in the corner on a backhand. Covering him was Kopp. Now to DeBrincat. Rushes in front of the penalty box. Swept that puck off the glass and into the far circle in the Utah zone. 2:14 to go. And a 3-goal lead for Utah. And the Red Wings out shooting The Mammoth 29-26 in the hockey game, but trail by 3. Gunther, who has a goal here in the third period, checked in along the corner boards in the Red Wing zone. Now picking it up is Hayton. In behind the Detroit goal, twisting and turning there. Trying to move it back to the blue line. He does. It's Marino holding it in at the right point. Sliding it over to Sergachev. Shoots the puck through traffic. Save made. Talbot. Rebound. Hayton got it in a high slot, but intercepting Soderblom. Backhands the puck from the red line, and in behind the goal, Vamelka to tap it around the boards to John Marino. Outlets it to Sergachev up the left wing boards. Lawson Krause to flip it to the side of the Red Wing goal. Scooting in after it, Johansson plays it to Bernard Docker, who tapped it ahead to center ice. Off the stick of Rasmussen, and the play is whistled down. We might have too many men on the ice here. Yes, we got a whistle coming up at center ice, or maybe that puck just hit a player changing, and therefore the whistle. And a face-off in the neutral zone at center ice.
I think that puck hit the open door there on the change. The Red Wings door was open. Puck bounced into the door and kicked right out.
And we've got to pick our hardest working player, and that'll come up very shortly here as Schmaltz will take the face-off. We still have a break to make up. We'll do it at the conclusion of the game. All right, the puck lifted ahead up the left wing boards by Detroit's Rasmussen, and in behind the goal, Vamelka to tap it around the near wing. Now it's picked up by DeSimone, who moves it up the right side out to center ice, and Peterka taking the interior route, getting it into the corner now with a minute to go in the game. Utah 4, Red Wings 1. Keller swings it to Schmaltz. Battling forward is Bernard Docker, didn't clear it out. Sergachev with a shot that's blocked. Out in front by Johansson. Van Riemsdyk poked it out to center to Rasmussen. He'll dump it softly into the corner in the Utah zone with 35 seconds to go.
Keller, Schmaltz, and Peterka line, they were solid tonight. They were very noticeable in the offensive zone, as creating chances, causing some chaos around Talbot.
Simone worked it up the right wing boards, and it's off the stick of Jack McBain into the corner. From the line, a shot was blocked as Dersey tried to fire from long range. Danielson had it knocked away as he tried to clear it up across the Utah blue line. 10 seconds to go in this one. Stumbling, that is Sandin Pellikka now moving in, but with a chance, and that one off the pad of Talbot. Moves around the boards, and now shot Butte in behind the net, and there goes the horn, and the hockey game is over. So the final score here tonight, Utah 4 and the Detroit Red Wings 1, and we'll be back with more in a moment from Little Caesars Arena after these words. This is your home for Detroit Red Wings hockey, presented by LMCU. You'll love banking here.
People can't have access to quality medical care without affordable health insurance. At Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, we understand increasing health insurance costs are becoming more of a strain on the budgets of the businesses and people we serve. Affordability matters. It affects real families, real decisions, and real care. That's why at Blue Cross, we're dedicated to finding solutions. To learn about this critical issue and our efforts to make healthcare affordable for all, visit mibluedaily.com/affordability today.
The warmest wishes this holiday season start with Wallside Windows. Custom made in our own factory by people who take pride in their work. From start to beautiful finish. Wallside is the industry leader with low factory direct pricing and no interest financing. You don't pay more, you get more with Wallside. Happy holidays from our family to yours. Wallside Windows. Family owned and operated since 1944.
The 2026 Chevy Equinox is more than an SUV. It's your Sunday tailgate.